Muschietti gets on there. He goes, hey, listen, Batman Brave and the Bold, it's on hold until the Paramount stuff, so we're not doing it. James Gunn goes, doesn't sound like something he'd say. Not on hold. So what the hell's going on with the Batman Brave and the Bold? We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. There's some other news going on. I didn't see the Ollie G trailer, but I sure want to. Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson are doing another movie together. And we got other stories that we'll discuss. It's myself, Mike Kalinowski. We're going to talk Lanterns as well, because I finally have caught up to season 2, episode 2. If you guys were watching my channel, you'll know that we did a reaction, Sam and I, to episodes 1 and 2 yesterday. So Mike and I will talk about that. I also got a pretty big announcement that I'll bring up in just a moment here. So let's get into it. It's myself, Mike Kalinowski, on the show today. Let's do it.
Did you shit in there?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. I see people in the comments say we're late because of Mr. Cook. That is not true. We're late because of me. I had something I was going to do today, present, and I showed it to Luke right before, and he's like, "Oh, that looks great. Do that." And then right before I went on the air, it didn't work anymore. So I have to have Val come in and help me with that tomorrow, maybe. Anyway, on the show today is my buddy Mike.
People were blaming me.
People are blaming you. I want to make sure, because I'm going to say the same thing I said to Roca yesterday. I want to make sure that you know this. And I believe that you do. You know, because we're never nice to each other, but I'll be nice to you right now. You know how much I value you as an actor, and how good I think you are. Hence why I had you in Schmoedown and stuff for all running those storylines as they were.
Uh-huh.
I have never once, when showing that Mr. Cook clip, ever said anything about your acting. I think it's hilarious that you get slapped in the face and somebody says,
"No, I think my acting's terrible." I said it.
Someone had mentioned in the thing, like, he's showing all these clips and making fun of their acting. I have never once made fun of anybody.
No, I didn't think that
ever.
I make fun of myself
ever. I just happen to really enjoy the guy slapping you in the face, and then B, the fact of what he says.
You have offended me for the very last time, Mr. Cook.
For the very last time. Did you see my daughter send that video?
Yes,
it was amazing. So for people,
I offend everybody. So there's many people on Twitter that I'm sure would love to do that.
I was upset about myself because I got the quote wrong. I've been saying you've offended me for the last time, Mr. Cook. It's the very last time.
Well, the very last. He's had it.
He's had it. He's just done with you. Very last time, Mr. Cook.
Yes.
But Mr. Cook, I'll tell you what is good luck.
I'll tell you what.
Mr. Cook has won 2 in a row.
I know. It's crazy.
Since we played that Mr. Cook clip, you have won 2 in a row.
Maybe that's the thing, man. People have just been wanting to slap the shit out of me.
Maybe.
They can do this virtually.
You pulled off you remember when Sandra Bullock won the Oscar and the Razzie in like the same year? You did that last week. You won, and then you guys came in deadly. It's the first show. It's the first show I've lost money on the show in like months.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad.
Really?
Yeah, it was terrible.
And it's Roke and I don't understand that. It's just a Wednesday, man. It was just a Wednesday, baby.
Now let me ask you this, because I'll start. I have pretty good news, Mike. You want to hear some good news?
Why not?
So I've been telling everybody about the Kickstarter campaign and and basically what I did when I went there in LA was I went to shoot that opening video with the director and with Martini and get that thing ready. But when we went, it was the process has been it's been a little tedious. It's like what you have to do is, I didn't know all this stuff going into it. You got to submit to Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
And then once they approve you, then you have to do the pre-campaign. You set everything else to. And I've been just waiting to be approved, waiting until we can even launch. Well,
yes.
I woke up this morning and Mike, the campaign is approved.
There we go.
It was approved, and here we go.
How long did that take?
Look at that. So that is the opening page on Kickstarter. It is approved. We have a launch date. The official launch date is September 22nd. Awesome. That is the official launch date. It'll be September 22nd. Craig, the Kickstarter campaign manager, will be on the show tomorrow to go over with, not only talk about the movie stories and everything too, but to discuss everything. And we're going to be able to actually launch and show everybody the pre-launch campaign tomorrow. And people want to see the tagline again. You can absolutely see the tagline again. And so people get a little bit more about the story itself. And there it is. So that's going to be, we're going to really start getting into it starting tomorrow. As Craig's going to come in here, we're going to give a lot of information, and that's it. So the 22nd of September, I'm pumped about it because it's just been a long thing. But because we were there, I was waiting because when we were shooting, it's the actual video. I was like, today's going to be the day. Kickstarter's going to approve it. Almost a week later, but nonetheless, it was a great text to wake up to. And see, and then I let people know on the Discord actually this morning, but now I wanted to tell the audience about it. And yeah, we're just gonna, as I've been saying, we need about 13,000 people to put in $25. That's it. Show's made in the way that we need to make it. So fingers crossed, and we'll start really kind of diving into it. My goal is to start bringing people in, to talk about it. Anyway. You know what we can talk about first, Mike? Let's talk about
words.
What?
I said use your words.
I'm trying to. Let's talk about Lanterns.
Okay.
Because I watched episodes 1. I had seen 1. Yeah. But then I was like, listen, I think that Sam should watch this too, because she's already watched Superman, she's already watched Supergirl, and I'm like, she might as well get caught up to it all and watch the series. So I will tell you this. I think that, and I know we're going to get into the Batman Brave and the Bold and all that stuff in a second. I feel that they should shift their tone to this. I think that this is such a perfect blend of comic book stuff with a bit of humor in it, and it's more grounded, but it's still not just grounded, but everything is so real that it's like in a Nolan verse. There's clearly otherworldly stuff going on. I think they handle the perfect balance. This, to me, is the best thing that they've done so far in the DCU. I like it way more than I like Superman. I like it way more than I like Supergirl. I like it way more from the few episodes I've saw Peacemaker season 2. This is the way that they should go if it continues this way moving forward. How do you feel about it?
I disagree with that statement. I love it, but I think like he'd said, he's like, that was his big thing from the beginning, Gunn. He's like, not all of our things are going to be the exact same. We're going to have different tones, but it's all a connected universe, just like a comic book is. Because I can totally see how Hal Jordan and John Stewart interacting with Corn Sweat, even though they're very different tones. Like I could see them, it's kind of like Punisher and Spider-Man when he showed up in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It was still Punisher, a little bit different. But then, I'm loving the show.
I think
I wasn't not going to love it.
Kyle Chandler's great.
Oh my God.
They're both great. Kyle Chandler is great.
He is like, he's seeing like, and there's people going, oh, he's not Hal Jordan. And my response to that is like, show me a comic where Hal Jordan is 60 years old, been a Lantern for 40 years. And then I'll tell you, okay, it doesn't match up with the comics because he's the character right now that's never been done. Like Parallax has been done when he was older, but like this particular version of Hal Jordan, we haven't seen in the comics, so you can't see it. You can't say it's not Hal Jordan. You can't, and he is 100%.
I
doing things that I didn't think I'd like. Like he's just great.
Yeah,
and Aaron Pierre, I love that guy. He is so good.
I really dig it, and I think that I want people. Can we throw the spoiler thing up for a second? For people who haven't seen it, because I saw the people asking this in general about the show itself. The only thing that I hope is wrong, because it seems pretty predictable of who the Manhunter is, and I hope I'm wrong, but it seems like it's the wife,
Zoe. I think that's what everyone is saying.
I hope
I think
that'd be
honestly,
super
I
cool.
think it's a bunch of them. I think that is a town full of fucking aliens.
You think so? Oh, aliens
Yeah.
or manhunters?
Yeah.
There's only one manhunter.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think there's lots of twists and turns that are going to happen. So, but I mean, like, and again, I see this, people are saying it's grounded, but it's, I mean, he's in outer space and he's talking about aliens, like, and they're showing it. They're not just kind of tiptoeing around it. Like they're
diving into it. I love that
Yeah.
scene, that interrogation scene in the first episode. Was great.
Oh man, I'd say that was one of the ones they showed us at Comic-Con, and
Okay.
I was like, this show's going to be fucking great.
It was good. I really like it. And Sam dug it too. And Sam, she didn't know what the hell we were about to watch. So, it promised that kind of True Detective thing, which I thought worked, but it also doesn't go straight off. I mean, the first episode, he's flying into the sky. He's using the ring. They're doing all the bird thing in episode 2. It's a good blend. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
I think it's a pretty good show.
Them.
Yeah,
love it.
All right, we can shut that off. But I do think I'm over the goofy tone. I know that you're not. I know what you're
saying, but like,
I'm over it.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Would Spider-Man Brand New Day, is that a goofy tone to you?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Brand New Day to me is a good balance of
I think, just like, here's the thing. Okay, we'll say this. I think we'd start and we're going to see this, hopefully. We need more projects not directed by Gunn or have a heavy Gunn
and that's the problem with the rumor. The rumor with Brave and the Bold is that he's gonna do it.
Yeah, I think if your movie only done by him,
yeah,
I think that is if that was it from the beginning, that's a different conversation.
Yeah, the audience will really start to turn on him if they announce that.
It'll be interesting. I can't see him doing that. I can't see him doing it. I don't think he does. I don't think he does.
Yeah,
I don't think he does.
Well, the reason we're even talking about it, we'll bring the story up, is that you got Brave and the Bold. Now there's 2 things here. The first part says that this is the first part of the story, and I know people before you start reading. Well, Gunn said no. We know this, but we're going to read the first part of it. The Brave and the Bold reportedly on hold until the merger is settled. So Mark Cassidy writes, we knew Batman, the Brave and the Bold was not a current priority for DC Studios, but it seems we may be waiting even longer. And Luke or PLD, can you send, I know that Luke, you sent the email for the follow-up story. Can you just put it in the chat so I can open it up pretty easily once we're done with this one, please? One of the most exciting projects to be announced during James Gunn and Peter Safran's Gods and Monsters DCU slate reveal was that Batman, the Brave and the Bold was going to happen. Taking inspiration from Grant Morrison's acclaimed run, the movie was expected to serve as the DCU debut of a new take on the Dark Knight, as well as Damian Wayne, who could take the mantle of Robin. It's a story of Damian Wayne, who is Batman's actual son that he didn't know existed for the first 8 to 10 years of his life. He was raised as a little murderer and assassin. He's my favorite Robin. We're putting it all together now. Not long after, we got the word that the Flash director, Andy Muschietti, had been enlisted to helm the project. We saw the Flash even before taking the reins at DC Studios and knew we were in the hands of not a visionary director, but a massive DC fan. It's a magnificent film. It's funny. It's emotional, thrilling. And Andy's affinity and passion for these characters and this world just resonates through every frame. So when it came to find a director for Brave and the Bold, this was really one choice. Luckily, Andy said yes. Barbara signed on to produce with us, yada, yada, yada. This was before the Flash hit theaters, and the movie's underperformance, to put it mildly, at the box office led to speculation that Muschietti might have been taken off of the project. It seems clear that the Brave and the Bold is not a priority. Fans may be waiting even longer. Now, Dan Marcus claims that Muschietti told him all the work on the movie is on hold until the merger is settled, which may not happen for quite some time. He said, I suspect what's likely is that Muschietti himself doesn't know if he's moving ahead with Brave and the Bold until after the merger is finalized, but he also mentioned if it doesn't pan out, he'll just move on to another film, so he didn't seem worried. Okay, so that's enough there as we kind of move over to the next one. But let's start with those comments. Do you, because that's not an official interview. That's like Andy told me, somebody said, right? So let me ask you this first, Mike. Do you think that is actually factual and that Muschietti actually said that, or is that somebody just either paraphrasing or bullshitting? You're muted.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like with these things, like
he's not the best color man in the league for nothing, folks.
He's not the guy making the green light on it, so I think he would probably know less than the guy making the green lights or giving the green lights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, if he was really doing it, you'd be getting some updates on it. You know?
Well, yeah. I mean, Yeah, it's tough. I mean, my personal thought, and I've said this, I think I said it last week, Roca, I think everything is on hold right now until that thing is gone.
I couldn't agree more.
But I guess we are wrong in that because, of what's been said recently. So I don't know. I mean, you it's like, okay, here's a good thing we could say. So Lantern season 2 has not been greenlit yet, but the writer's room is going. Because I talked to my friends about it. My friend that's an executive producer, he's like, we greenlit, like you can get a writer's room going and get them speeding up and getting ready to go, but that still doesn't mean it's greenlit to go. So,
well, here's the ultimate thing. This is what we talked about many times over. There's a few different things. First of all, I do think that this guy had a conversation with Muschietti, and I do think that Muschietti probably said what he said. And I think he's like, I don't know what the hell is going on. They're probably just waiting, like everyone else said. We've been saying, like, you just said that before. It's probably waiting until we see what happens. And Muschietti probably said the same thing. But let me read the response first, and then we'll kind of go into the whole entire thing because James Gunn then does what he does and tweets about it and says, no, this is the truth, which who knows if it is, but this is what he said. James Gunn responds to the actual report, and the rumor that The Brave and the Bold is on hold, says James Gunn, and this again followed up by Mark Cassidy. Seems clear that The Brave and Bold is not a current priority. He said that already. Yesterday, Dan Marcus claimed that Muschietti told him that all work on the movie is on hold, which may not happen. He added, I suspect that we read all that. Gunn was asked about the rumor on Threads, and the DC Studios co-CEO responded by claiming that nothing is on hold due to Paramount's controversial acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery. And there's the tweet there. He says, it doesn't sound like something Andy would have said, but the project is no way on hold. Marcus also responded, my suspicion is that Andy Muschietti is unaware of the current status of Brave and the Bold. He spoke with my friend and me about this weeks ago, so either he is out of the loop or there's since been updates. I asked my friend to clarify because they spoke Spanish. He said, well, he made it very clear that he was out of the loop, and he only suspected that nothing's going to happen until the merger is settled. But all of that only insinuated, which makes more sense of plausible deniability. Exactly. So, I mean, again, first of all, I've said this and I say it again. I think Brave and the Bold is a big mistake. I think it's the same mistake that, if everything was hitting, but to do like an obscure Batman's older with a kid and all this, I think it's too soon to do something like that. I don't think this Batman is established enough to do that. I think you can do that down the line with a more established Batman, or if you're going to establish him if it's Christian Bale, and then that's what happens now. Or you get Ben Affleck back or something, sure, because you've established him as Batman already. The Keaton thing has already sailed. I just think that it's more of an obscure thing. I think that the tone where they're going, from what I know, or at least I heard, you can tell me, Brave and the Bold seems to lend a little bit more on lighter humor, I guess. I don't know. It never really excited me from what I heard about it. There's no world where Andy Muschietti is doing this. I think, first of all, I think he should go back, just stick with the It world, because he's crushing it on Welcome to Derry. That show was awesome. Season 1. I can't wait to see season 2. I think he really knows that world. And if he's not being in the loop, if you have somebody in the loop who's doing your project, it's like, don't worry, we're doing this. We got this going on. He doesn't know anything. They're filling him in. I'm even telling him, hey, listen, it is because the merger. It is because of this. He doesn't have any clue. He's like, I guess it's what you and I would say. I guess they're just waiting to see what happens, which is true. I don't care what Gunn says. They're waiting to see what happens. They're not going to greenlight Brave and the Bold before the merger happens. They're not going to, or whatever, start pushing it into production now, because they don't know what if their new bosses, if it does go through, go, we don't want to do that movie. Like, you can't do anything about Man of Tomorrow. It's happening. But these other movies, like, everybody just wait. Let's see what the hell is happening first. Because even yesterday, I was on Campy Show when they were talking about all the scenarios that could potentially happen. There's a scenario where they could sell DC off to another studio, and then that studio goes, nah, we don't want to do Brave and the Bold. No, thanks. So they're waiting.
Well,
I think it's true.
I mean, there's zero world that they sell DC off.
There's not a zero world. There actually is not.
Never.
First of all, it is not a zero world, because
I'll say this. If Paramount decided we're getting rid of this studio and they're going to piece it off and then we're getting out of the movie business, yes. Okay, there you go. But if you are taking the studio because you want to make movies with these properties, you've got the Harry Potter and you got Batman or DC.
Yeah.
Two things you've got. by getting Warner Bros.
Listen, hold on. Before you even go into this, because if it was before yesterday, I would have the same conversation. Can't be listed off all the different possible scenarios when they're going through the things that they have to potentially concede to. And there were like 4 or 5 different options. Selling off all the cable stuff, it was an option. Letting them run their they're basically letting Warner Brothers run as an independent studio they still own it, but they say, hey, you guys just run as an operating thing. Or selling off IP, which is one of the big sticking points, which is whether it's Harry Potter, whether it's selling Harry Potter to Universal, whether it's selling DC. I think it is unlikely that they do that. And I think it's more, if you're asking between those 2 properties, I think it's more likely they would sell Harry Potter than they would DC. I'm just telling you that it is an option and not out of the realm of possibility if they want this thing to go forward and not spend $8 million a day starting in October 1st.
Okay. I mean, hey, I mean, I don't know anything. I don't know nothing. So, I mean, I just don't want it to go through. So I don't really.
Yeah. Well, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Yeah. Who doesn't?
Wait, this kid's a spoiled brat.
Mike likes him. That's not true.
What don't I like?
He said you don't. He said we get it. You don't like Gunn. Give it a rest.
Me?
Yeah, we both. He must be talking to somebody in the chat.
It's got to be someone in the chat.
He's got to be. Because we're both. I mean, like I said, I think Gunn's a really good filmmaker.
Like I'm sorry. I saw. I know we don't bring up the chat, but I bring someone's like Gunn's incompetent. Like, give me one director with his track record with comic book movies. Like, people seem to think because they don't like his DC. They seem to forget that he took a talking fucking tree and a raccoon and made them into a theme park household name. Like, so, stuck it up your ass.
Yeah, no, he's
incompetent.
Incompetent is not the right word. No,
he might not be to your taste.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother conversation.
That's what I thought. He was talking
your taste.
Yeah, he was talking to the chat, so I thought. So in general, no, I don't. Incompetent? No, that's not the right word at all. I still think, even going on Threads, no, doesn't sound like Andy. Doesn't sound like Andy Muschietti. No, it's still happening. Just let it play out. Don't comment on Threads. Let it play out. If that is indeed true.
Here's the thing. Like, I get that. And
I hate
don't
it.
like that
he's not. But let me say this. One thing on Twitter is one thing. This guy runs the studio. Get off of Threads. Stop.
But also, I remember a time being the DC apologist that I am. That I am the DC shill, where everyone was like, "Why don't they tell us what they're doing? We just want to know what movies and what their plan is. Right. We gotta know a plan. Why the fuck won't they tell us? Marvel tells us." And this fucking guy's out here telling you, and everyone's like, "Shut up! Won't say anything. Why's he talking?" You can't make anyone happy. This guy's running the studio hill. He wants to run it.
Yeah, but
that's his thing.
I know, but I think that thing it continues because it's not accurate all the time. He says certain things. It's like
things change.
Yeah, but focus on other things. Don't focus on responding to people and saying, "Oh no. It's still not on hold."
I like when he calls people out on their bullshit.
But this isn't calling out on you. What happens if they have to wait? What happens if you actually waiting for the merger? And it doesn't happen until after the merger. It looks like it's just stay off Threads.
But again, what's on hold? Like, if he's sitting there, hey, we're not just we're trying to write this Batman movie. We're trying to write Wonder Woman. On hold means no one's writing. We're not doing anything. Stop. He's going, no, they're like, he's saying we're not on hold because they're writing. That's not being on hold.
Without a thread response, you wouldn't even hear about Batman. You're hearing about the Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd show. Who cares about those?
Yeah, and I see that. And people 2 years ago, like, Lanterns is a TV show.
That's different.
The fuck? No, it's not.
Dude,
it's not different.
Green Lantern? Man. Green Lantern as opposed to Gorilla Grodd in a Jimmy Olsen show?
Because you're sitting there going, okay, maybe, and you might understand this a little bit better than people don't understand. There's something called a pitch. When a person goes in, James Gunn didn't take the studio and go, yep, and Jimmy Olsen's going to be a fucking TV show. Someone came to him and said, this is what I want to do. Or in the Lanterns, people are like, why isn't it a space opera? It should be Star Wars in space. You don't think someone pitched that? Well, they took the pitch that Lindelof and by Monday did, and that's what they went with. So someone pitched this show. And honestly, I'll say this. The Jimmy Olsen thing, I was like, well, that's a weird choice until they then released that press clip of what it was going to be with him in prison interviewing him and going through on that side. I was like,
Interviewing who, Lex Luthor?
No, Grodd. He's going to be in
Grodd.
jail.
Okay.
Like he's already arrested and he's in the prison and they're and it's going to be a mockumentary of like these true crimes. And I go, that's interesting to me. Will it be good? Who knows? But it's at least interesting.
Yeah, I just think that they need a little more than interesting right now when it comes to trying to when you're trying to build up your brand overall too. Like it's like I don't understand not running with the big people when you have all you got to fire out, you got to run with your fastball like when you're starting because you want to get the best foot forward. And right now with the obscure stuff and having we both agree Supergirl as the second film was not the best option, you know?
Right. I mean, you know, hey, I don't run the studio, but also, and this is what people forget. And it's like they have this real limited hindsight. DC was in the shitter. Like these movies were not doing good. So you don't sit there and go, we're going to do a Wonder Woman movie. We're going to do a Flash movie. Those characters were so tainted coming off of what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to distance themselves from that stuff. So I get that. Now we're at a point though, where 3-4 years out, things are starting to pick up. Certain choices are made.
You got to pivot. You got to pivot a little bit.
And that's what he did. They canceled Paradise Lost. Everyone's like, nope, it's falling apart. It's falling apart.
Paradise Lost is connected to Wonder Woman.
But it was going to be a Wonder Woman show without Wonder Woman.
I know, but it was connected to the lore at least. Like Jimmy Olsen, like
it's connected to Superman.
I know. I guess it's true.
It's the Superman corner of the universe. They're building out the Superman universe.
I know. I don't know. Anyway, well, as far as Brave and the Bold go, I don't think that movie is going to happen. I think what will ultimately happen is that Batman, they're going to wait for the Batman Part 2 to come out, do its thing. It's going to be a bit before we get the Batman DCU. We have to figure out, and I don't care what anybody says, everybody has to figure out what's happening first and whether or not they're going to, if there is that outside obscure possibility that they do sell it off to somebody else and Netflix gets it, well, then Gunn will probably be safe and do what he's got to do over there. If it goes somewhere else, or there's no clear view of what is going to happen right now. But I'll tell you what I'm very curious to see what Clayface happens, because if they go from Lanterns, which to me is a win as far as quality goes, and then if they go to Clayface, which is another win, because there's a mention of not Clayface per se, but they tie in a little bit with a conversation that happens in episode 2. And I was like, well, okay, that's cool. Maybe are they going to tie in to anything that happens with Clayface or anything too? I don't know. But I think that they should probably start to look at, should we keep doing all the wacky stuff? And I don't know. We'll see how it plays out on the next one, but there's a lot to be had. Curious what you guys think. Put your thoughts in there. What do you think about the comments made? Do you think Muschietti is going to wind up doing Brave and the Bold? Do you think that Gunn is on threads too much, or is he doing just what he should be? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. We got more to talk about. I just found that we heard that Robocop shop was happening. We got our Robocop. Talk about that in just a second. But before we do, I'm going to tell you about Hims. Told you about him yesterday. I'm going to tell you about him now. Click that description. Check it out. All right, I know everybody has weight loss goals, especially with summertime. And when it is summertime, you really actually want to hit it. And that's what everybody's been doing. Everybody's trying. But Weight Loss by Hims is designed to support you every step of the way. And now Hims offers access to an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen. So you can lose the weight and you can keep it all off. With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. It helps you regulate your appetite, eat less, and keep the weight off. Plus, Wegovy is the first ever GLP-1 pill for the weight loss, so there is no needles needed. And that's the thing for me, where I was like, no needles. No needles. If you're ready to reach your goals, visit hims.com/Christian. You get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you. That's HIMS.com/Christian, hims.com/Christian. Weight Loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk AS. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com. Check out Hims. There's a reason you keep hearing about Hims. They keep popping up. Why? Because people trust them. People trust the brand. So check them out. Hims. Hims.com. Use that code Kristian. It'll work for you. Thank you to Hims. Thank you to all you guys who've been supporting us and checking out all of our wonderful sponsors and, of course, Hims. So go in there, check it out today. Mike, currently you have already like 19 questions. I think they're going to try to get you that win again. You try to see.
I think we beat Roka and I last week already.
Or probably, yeah, within the first 3 questions. Roka is doing pretty well, so you got to take out Roka. Tomorrow we're going to have, as I mentioned in the beginning of the show, my Kickstarter campaign manager, Craig Goldberg, is going to be back on the show tomorrow. He was on not too long ago. But we have an official launch date, which is September 22nd for the Kickstarter. And this will be, I told you guys once we launch, this is going to be what it's all about. We're going to get this show made, all of us, and it is our show. Our show is trending. And we're going to be doing that and be talking about that for the next up until October 22nd. And as I mentioned to you, we just hit 233,000 subscribers on this channel. And I said, if we get 13,000 people put in $25, we make the show in the budget that we want to make it. And hopefully we can overperform that. But if we can do that, I think it's a realistic goal. And we'll have more information with Craig tomorrow. So, okay. Let's get into this topic. Because were you a Robocop guy? First one?
The original?
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely.
Love that. So good.
Bitches leave. Spottiker, baby.
It's so
I
good.
saw that movie in the theater as a kid.
I did too.
Back in the 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to say I saw it by myself. Like, I don't even think my parents took me to it. I think
maybe you're probably like 10 or 11 years old.
They went and saw something else, and I went in there and saw that, and was like, I think I was probably like 13, maybe.
13? Yeah, it's 87. So that movie was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah. I love that. The first one. I mean, I even like the second one, but their first one is
second one's okay.
It's got it,
and anything after that is garbage.
This is for Saul, who I know is in the comments too. The best was when it's looked upon as one of the cringiest moments in wrestling history, but it's still as a kid. Robocop shows up during WCW and helped out Sting. And it's the stupidest thing that could ever happen with marketing. But as a kid, it's amazing. The Robocop showing up as slow. He's walking as slow as he can to go help Sting. He rips the cage door open. It's absolutely ridiculous. But we have a show, and I always thought like an A24 version of Robocop would be great. But they're making a TV show out of it, which I think is pretty awesome. And there's a new. Oh, that's not it. Hold on a second. Let's do that again. Hold on. Where the hell did it go? Oh, it's what the hell? Someone just sent it to me. Oh, there it is. It's a Hollywood Reporter article. I got you. Hold on. Give me a second. I gotta reboot this. I guess they announced this today because PLD let us know about it. And here it is. Okay. Dan Stevens. I like Dan Stevens. And Dan Stevens is going to be playing Robocop in the Prime Video series. It's a good choice. It's a really good choice. I like Dan Stevens.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's really good. He's really this is a great choice for Alex Murphy. Really great. So let's see. Where is it? In the 8-episode Robocop series written by Akko. I don't know who Akko is. A giant tech conglomerate convinces the city to place a powerful robot on its police force, a robot implanted with the consciousness of a beloved fallen officer, Alex Murphy. Peter Akko, there you go, has crafted a vision that honors the soul of what made the original so enduring while building something entirely fresh and urgent for today. That's what Amazon said. And then Peter Freeland said at the time of pickup about the series, which takes a contemporary look at the questions the original 87 movies raised about technology, identity, and who corporations really are. Akko, who serves as the showrunner, executive producers along with James Wan, Michael Clear, and Rob Hackett through Blumhouse's Atomic Monster, with co-executive producer Danielle Bazone overseeing the series on behalf of the company. So the 87 movie was followed by 2 sequels, yada, yada, yada. As Deadline reported in April 2023, Robocop was among the first batch of MGM titles identified for series development. And then Robocop extends Stevens' relationship with Amazon after recently wrapping production on a series of adaptation of John le Carré's Legacy of Spies for the studio's platform, MGM and BBC. Currently, he's in production of the 2nd season of Paramount's Dexter Resurrection. I didn't know that they were doing another one. Interesting. Okay. And which he will play Owen Stark, aka he's playing a killer in that one. Coming up, he's going to join with Adam Wingard for the film Onslaught, which will be released by A24. he'll appear in the movie Babies, and he's going to be in Godzilla and King, reprising his role from 2027. So he's busy. He's busy, and that's good. He is perfect for this role. He's perfect. He is likable. He can kick ass. He can give you exactly what Alex Murphy should, in that he probably give. There was the Joel Kinnaman remake wasn't atrocious. It shouldn't have been PG-13. I think that's what it was. PLD, can you confirm? I think it was PG-13. I could be wrong, but it wasn't. It's forgettable, but it wasn't like, oh my God, this is terrible. Sure, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
PG-13.
PG-13. Okay. Now, Mike, can you say all that again? But now that people can hear you.
Oh Jesus, sorry. Yeah, the Kinnaman one. Remember, there was one scene where they took the suit apart and it was just his head and a brain. I was like, that was awesome. It was good, creepy. But like the 80s, like RoboCop works up because of the satire and everything. So it's if you're gonna play it straight as a kind of serious take with current day politics.
The first one was pretty serious.
Come on, man.
They cracked some jokes and stuff in it, but dude, it was pretty good.
I'd buy that for $1.
But he wasn't a main character. He was somebody on
I know,
television.
but it's just like it's there was a heightened,
It was.
It
was, but it wasn't a comedy.
It's not a comedy, no, but it was. That's what I'm saying. Like
it was over the top.
Verhoeven knew the thread, to go with it, and
Yeah,
that's why it's lasted
gratuitous,
so long.
and there was for sure.
But it also was a gratuitous, but it's at a very specific take on the time period. Which is, so we'll see.
Yeah, so I think that this is a great series, and also because of everything going on with AI and everything else too, it's perfect for it right now. So I think that this show, I'm gonna be pumped to watch this one, and especially now with him in it. This is great. I don't know who else they're gonna get.
Yeah, Kinnaman's great, and Kinnaman, Stevens is great.
He's great.
I love
him.
And
they'll probably get some good actors kind of around him to put him in the Amazon. So Amazon has money to spend, so they'll juice this up. And this is a good example of taking a property from the 80s. Like, this is what I ultimately think that they probably should have done with He-Man if Amazon was going to do this, right? Is take this property that's popular with the people who are probably just going to click on the button and not go see these things in the theater, and develop it into a series. And it's like, oh, they were a RoboCop series. They have this. You take that 80s kind of IP and you turn it into a series. I think 80s is kind of ripe for TV, and I think 90s could probably start to try to do a couple of movie adaptations. But the 80s, I think, should be made for TV stuff too. It's hard to make 80s movies to get the old farts like us to go out to the movies unless we have to.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do with it. So, what do you guys make of, first of all, the fact that they're doing RoboCop, and second, what do you think about the fact that they're going to have Dan Stevens in it? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. Mike's doing pretty good right now. He's trying to catch up to Roca. We'll see if he can do it. And can he win 3 in a row? That hasn't happened. I don't think that with the new system. I don't know.
It's me. No, that hasn't happened in the new system.
I don't think it's happened. And that would be that would be very
comeback kid.
Yeah, it'd be like very Schmoedown of you if you went up from someone who was losing and like, I don't know how this guy's going to do, and the next thing you know, he's three in a row. That'd be something big. Speaking of Schmoedown, I got 2 things for Schmoedown. We're in the middle of right now. It's the Ultimate Schmoedown 2016, the first Ultimate Schmoedown singles tournament that we ran on Collider, and that's airing now. We just aired my match with Roca, and then yesterday's match was Clark Wolf versus Makuga. Today's actually a team match, and it's going to be, speaking of Roca, top 10, him and Matt Nose versus Rotten Tomatoes in a number 1 contender match. The winners play me and Ellis for the team's titles. That's going to be on the Schmoedown Vault channel. But Mike, I don't know if you heard this. I made this announcement. Well, I told Roca to tease it.
Oh no, I fucking heard it.
So if I hit my goal in day one, I'm bringing back a 16-man tournament. If I hit my goal, if I don't hit it, I won't. But I make it in day 2, I won't do the 16, but I'll do an 8-man. If I hit it in day 3, I won't do either one of those, but I'll do a live event with 2 matches. And if I don't hit those in 3 days, then I will do some sort of a Schmoedown, whether it's a digital Schmoedown or something else in general, if we hit the goal at all. So let me ask you this question. 2 questions. Question 1. We do a 16-person tournament. You know I'm going to extend the invite to you. And the 16. I wouldn't expect you to. I wouldn't put anything on you to say you have to do it. I would say, as one of the best players in the league and one of the Hall of Fame players, you get the invitation. Would you take it? You'd consider it.
It gotta be some stipulations in there.
I'm too old for this shit.
Fucking right. You got that right. Dude, I haven't watched movies like that in that level. Like, there's still people in our circle that you would probably ask that are still podcasting about movies every day, going to screenings. Like, there are actors out here, I don't even know who they are anymore.
I know.
Like the new up and coming, like, Harry Melotone, like stuff like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'd have to see. Man.
Well, the invite's going to be extended. And it's like, and it'll be the same. The old fighters will have.
I'm curious how many you'd get like instantly going, yeah, absolutely, or would be like me going.
We talked about
this.
We talked about this yesterday, Roken. I'll tell you who there are, off the top of my head, there are 4 to 5 instant yeses.
Okay,
Roca is an instant yes. Sam Levine is an instant yes, even though he might pretend that he's not.
Like, why do you think Sam Levine? Roca said that too. Is like, I don't think so.
If I was running a tournament with everybody coming back and he was not, if he wasn't asked as the last standing champion, and the fact to show that he's still the best after all this time, Sam would do it. And if he had enough time and he knew that he's preparing, he wouldn't do it tomorrow, but if he had time to prep, Sam would do it. I know he would do it. So Sam, Roca, Bibiani. I said Bibiani's sleeping outside waiting for me to do it. Marisol and Adam, I would say those 5 for sure. I would say that those 5 absolutely would.
And I could tell you right now, one of those 3 would win, because they live movies. Like, it's not like when the Schmoedown was done, I was able to go, all right, I can go and relax and enjoy my other pursuits in life. Like,
JTE is another one. He probably and Snyder. Those 2 would do it. Snyder would do it. Because Snyder would want to promote his newsletter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
But here's the thing: like, you would do that, but I wouldn't be much of a. I'm not a threat to those guys in that regular movie setting.
You don't
now,
know
if you're throwing up IG slices against them.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know what the tournament slices could be. Tournament slices, and they probably wouldn't be at the level of difficulty as they were during season 5 or 6.
No, bullshit. You say that.
No, but I'm telling you, PLD and I would have a conversation. We'd be like, but anyway. So that's scenario 1. Now scenario 2, I'll tell you right now. If we, let's say we don't hit the goal in the first 2 days and we do a live event, I would then present the opportunity to you and say, hey, would you want? I'll get, if I could get Smets. Because Smets ain't prepared. Smets is rusty as hell. And I said, you want Mike? You got a shot to get the. I'll see if he'll do a title shot because he was the last champ, and you to go get belt, and you guys could train for as long as you had, and then one last dance at a live event. What do you think you would say if I gave you a shot at the gold? Right, 100.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
If I offered you that opportunity,
you have no idea. I don't watch comic movies,
but neither
like
does he.
Used to, man.
But this would be 2 old men going at it who are rusty as hell, and you had time to do it. I'm telling you, Smets tells me all the time how he forgets stuff all the time now. And he's like he told me he would get beat by the worst competitor back in the day right now.
We were on the show. It was on the show. It's on air. It's live, where I couldn't even remember Cassian Andor's, the actor's name.
Yeah, but you're not in fighting shape.
Andor again?
But you're not in fighting shape. But anyway, point is, if you are now going to be paying very close attention to those first 3 days of the Kickstarter. This is what we're saying, because you know me well enough that I'm going to be calling you. If I do hit it in those days, I'm going to be calling you and saying, listen, once this whole Kickstarter thing in the pilot is shot, the next thing lined up, because when I was talking to the director and I told them this plan, and I said, this is not guaranteed. I told the audience this yesterday. I said, this is just a suggestion that was brought up. It's like, well, what if we got the tournament and then we did that in Vegas? And I said, that would be fun. So there's a lot of different things that could potentially happen. Yeah. What about what? And here's another scenario. What if not only would Shannon accompany you to the ring, but Penny Barber accompany you to the ring as well?
Yeah, that'll go real well.
But the two of you together,
Mike versus Penny.
In what? In one Schmoedown? Sure.
I could write that,
Yeah. Actually, she'd probably be pretty good in obscure movies. But anyway.
Yeah, she would.
So that's something to look forward to for everybody, just to let you know.
Is it though?
Again, yeah, for just to let everybody know. Again, September 22nd, we find out. We'll know by September 24th if that either one of those tournaments is even a thing. So that's on the table to let you guys know. All right. We mentioned the People versus Gorilla Grodd thing beforehand too, and there's more conversation about it. And it's a comedy TV series. It's announced by DC Studios, and the full cast is announced. I saw somebody in the comments saying that I would love this. This is my type of humor. I just don't know if I want if I care about a comedy show for DC again. It's all Gunn does, comedy. DC Studios has announced a new DCU set mockumentary, People versus Gorilla Grodd. It will follow the iconic Flash villain on trial after he allegedly killed his father, King Grodd. HBO Max has given an 8-episode straight to HBO Max. That's interesting. Straight to series order to a new half-hour comedy, People vs. Gorilla Grodd, from DC Studios and Warner Brothers Television. The Max original comedy stars Styler Gazan. So this isn't Mike. So yes. film. So this is the same series then. The Jimmy Olsen thing. It's not two separate series. Okay, I'm not paying attention.
This is the Jimmy Olsen show.
This is the Jimmy Olsen. That's what you were saying before about how he goes and he's interviewing them. I understand.
Yes.
Okay, so Jimmy Olsen, Jimmy Tatro as Gorilla Grodd, and Superman actors Beck Bennett as Steve Lombard, Kayla Hoover as Cat Grant, and Wendell Pierce as Perry White. The series also stars Mary Holland, Eduardo Franco, Ariane Moayed, Dan Peralt. Oh, is Dan Peralt Dan Peralt's in it? Good for Dan. I used to work with Dan. So because he's one of the.
It says Dan will serve as a showrunner,
but it says the series also stars.
Oh, okay, maybe he is.
Good for Dan. Dan. I did a whole series of videos with Dan where I was from Fandango, and I was like prepping for the Oscars, and Dan was like my Mickey, trying to get me ready. Because he and I did like red carpet interviews for the Oscars one year. He and I, and we hung out. And he was on the show with me and Tiffany. I like Dan a lot. He's a really good guy. So he's serving as showrunner, writer, and executive producer. And by the way, he was really good in those scenes, so I could see him. He was a good actor. With Yacenda set to direct all episodes, James Gunn and Peter Safran also serve as executive producers. According to the first officially released plot details for the People vs. Gorilla Grodd, the series follows a super intelligent ape who's convicted of murdering his father. In an 8-part true crime docuseries, the Daily Planet's Jimmy Olsen reopens the case, investigating whether he was wrongly convicted in one of the most famous murder trials. Okay. I listen. I said this the other day, and I'll say it again. I don't want to do what I did with Andor, because you and I talk about this all the time. Right? That's exactly what I said. I did. Yeah. Totally. I'm sorry. I won't do that again. I don't know anything you said.
Fucking hell. Who wants an Andor show? Me. Who wants? Why are they doing this?
True.
Who wants me? Oh! Here's another fight for you.
It is true. I absolutely.
Or you're going to say, you've offended me for the last time, Mr. Kalinowski.
Yeah. Let me hold on.
Here we go.
I want to bring, because I do appreciate, I find it's not that I don't think he's funny. Like Michael Bay is not funny. Michael Bay tries to do humor in movies all the time and just falls flat. I think Gunn relies on it too much. It's not that I don't appreciate his sense of humor. I do appreciate his sense of humor. Guardians 1 and Guardians 3 is a perfect blend of his humor. There's a lot in Superman, by the way, that is a good blend. But then there's times where I know you guys don't have much of a problem with it as I did, but I think he ruins moments sometimes with humor. Not in the way that Masters of the Universe did.
No, I get you, man. Shut the hell up.
I'm sorry.
again, people like I love everyone's like, oh, God, Mike is gun glazer. It's like, yeah, they didn't say this when I was on, Rotten Tomatoes defending Batman versus Superman and Zack Snyder. Like, I don't stick to one director. Like, I'm a DC fan.
Right.
So I give the benefit of the doubt to who's in charge. Like a lot of Gunn's humor doesn't work for me. I'm not a humor guy, like in the sense of my superhero stuff. I like the more, like for me, the humor in Lanterns is awesome.
That's 100%.
When he's sitting there and the sheriff's having the talk with the town, and he's sitting there talking to her husband, and she's like, "Excuse me, honey, can I have a second?" He goes, "Who?" I was like, "Oh, not me." Like that shit is hysterical
because that's who the character is.
Yeah,
and you believe that the character. It's not just like, hey, you know what? You say a joke now.
No one's talking about it, but it was such a subtle moment. So Hal's in the car with the corpses, and she's talking. He's like, and that's all I need is another thing for my marriage. He's like, oh, your marriage is in trouble?
The best.
Like,
the best. It was hilarious.
It is so understated.
Sam and I were cracking up. It was so good. Your marriage has problems?
Oh, your marriage is on the rocks?
Because you got it like that, because that's who he is. And
like that to me is comedy. Like,
yeah, they're not just like
comedy.
And they didn't like give the alien didn't start cracking jokes. In the middle of like, you got Mr. Terrific in the middle of this whole scene. I'm going to help you get your boyfriend, but let me go through the garage. Oh, you're the garage scene. It's like, yeah, we get it. It's a funny bit. Okay. But it's like,
I get it.
Pick
like that
your moments. And
I get you, man.
That's all. And that's why, as much as you get your balls in a bunch, but like He-Man, there's so many moments like, oh, here we go. We got a good moment. There's the smoke. They're walking out with the smoke, this cool, queen, cheesy moment. And then they start coughing.
Hey, as much as you know me and how much I love that movie, a lot of the comedy doesn't work for me in that movie.
So it's not comedy and stuff. It's the use of comedy. And I agree with Mike 100%. Like the Lantern stuff is the perfect balance. I thought the stuff in Brand New Day, perfect balance.
Yeah,
right?
I enjoyed the comedy in Brand New Day.
So contrary to people's belief, I like humor in those movies when they're used correctly.
In the audience's defense, you are sitting here shitting yourself laughing when someone does a fart noise. So
100%.
There is that.
Well, that's
there
what
is
I mean.
that, pal.
But thank
exactly.
you.
Here he goes. Here he goes. Here he goes. He's gonna break now. Look at him. It's on his face. Look at him.
No, it's not
I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh.
I like it in the middle when see, you laughed before I did. See, because that's not like someone tore their asshole out. Anyway, listen. Let's see what else we're gonna do here. I don't want to get into that. We talked about Lanterns already. There's a rumor. You choose, Mike. There's a rumor that we might know when the new DCU Batman will make his debut.
I read that. It's
nonsense.
Not a story.
Okay.
It's not a story.
Or Marvel Studios expected to see the X-Men characters through projects. Or you know what? Let's see something else. There's something else that we had. Or how to lose a guy in 10 days 2 planned.
Let's do that one.
Let's do that one. Something
different.
Let's
change it up. Get out of the comic book stuff.
There's too many comic book stories today. And no offense to Luke. He's doing the ones that he's trying to get people to click on. I can understand that, but I just can't do the whole damn show. All right, let's do this one because I think I'm curious. I know it was planned. I wonder if Josh Horowitz's interview had anything to do with this. Because there's a few clips from his interview with Matthew McConaughey went viral, but the how to lose a guy in 10 days one was all over the place. A sequel to unless he already knew it was coming and he started promoting it. Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson led rom-com How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days reportedly in the works. Hudson's attached to produce the project, which is early development with cast and several key creative roles yet to be selected. The aim of the project is to reportedly have both actors reprise their roles from the original. A screenwriter is currently being sought to come up with a take everyone will warm to, then further casting will proceed from there. Longtime producer Stacey Sher is also on board to produce. The film will mark the latest in the follow-ups, Devil Wears Prada 2, Toy Story 5, Scary Movie, alongside with Practical Magic 2, and Father-in-Law coming shortly. The original saw Hudson as a magazine columnist, and McConaughey as an ad executive, both of whom have work-related ulterior motives for getting into a relationship. Reviews are mixed. The film was a box office success, made $177.5 against a production of $50 million. Oh yeah, there you go. That's McConaughey recently discussed how the original film has been his best in terms of residuals. Okay, so here's my question with that.
What's your question?
Is this going to be a movie that it's going to be streaming, or there's no way that Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey will do a streaming movie. You have to put it in theaters. And even looking at those numbers from when that movie came out back then, a good amount of money that it made for the budget, but at a time when those movies were popping in the theater and people would go and see those movies, it's not easy to get those movies to be seen. Devil Wears Prada 2 is a different animal with the fashion stuff going on, the iconic characters that kind of came out of it. You take that off the table. Practical Magic, jury's out. We don't know how the one's going to do, but that's a different type of tone, a different feel. Fockers is probably in the same category of how will that do. Other movies that have sequels to those types of things didn't do great. I think a Zoolander or other things. So I don't know. I think this will most likely get a theatrical release because of who's involved in it, but they got to be very careful with how they do this. How do you feel about it?
I remember how big a hit it was back when in the 2000s when it came out. It was a massive hit.
Yeah.
I wanted was this the one that started his kind of like rom-com?
I don't know if it started
persona. Like it was a fun movie. I remember seeing it. It was a fun movie.
I can't remember. Yeah.
I don't know how to divorce a guy in 10 days. I don't know like what you do with it.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it.
He's still I mean, I haven't seen Kate Hudson in it. I don't remember.
She was just in that movie. No, she was in that movie that got the one with Hugh Jackman over. It was for Oscar buzz and stuff. The one where they were both singers. And
that's right.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that so bad, and it kind of came and went. The Neil Diamond cover band. Yes, that's right.
But that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Is that
I didn't see it though, so I can't say like how
he wasn't in Sweet Home
People
Alabama.
still love him. People still love McConaughey.
He wasn't in Sweet Home Alabama. Someone said he was in. He started. No, you're thinking of Josh Lucas.
That's
Sweet Home Alabama is Josh Lucas. Yeah. He was in The Wedding Planner. That's true.
Yeah.
But I don't know when. I don't know if that's.
The 2000s McConaughey was
all over the place. Yeah.
You know.
He did that one with Jennifer.
13 Ghosts or 13 Boyfriends.
That's Jennifer Garner, right?
But it was him.
Yeah, right. But it was him and
Jennifer Garner. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's I don't know because if there was a sure thing, I'd be like, yeah, great, and then.
Yeah, it's definitely not like there are other.
It's not a sure thing.
No,
audiences there's an entire generation of film goers that have no idea that Matthew McConaughey was a rom-com.
No,
king.
I know. I know. It's true.
It's a different beast.
That's why it's very similar to what I was talking about before with like Robocop, right? It's that.
Yeah.
I think that for me, those people who went to see that original movie in the theater are excited to watch it at home. Their feet up on their table.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? They did a sequel to How to Lose a Guy and whatever it was. Yeah, all right, honey, I'll watch that with you. Sure, go ahead. As opposed to, hey, you want to go spend $50 and go watch the sequel to that? No, kid's got to go to school tomorrow. I'm good. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, very curious to what you guys think about it. Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. Okay. We're gonna start getting into it, Mike. You got to try to take it. I see now the questions are starting to pop in. They're trying to get Mike to that. Can Mike do it? Can Mike be the first person ever to win 3 in a row with the new system?
Hey, that's a heavy. What's it? A Rocky story. Comeback kid.
It could be. Speaking of Rocky story, September 22nd, we're gonna try to get this thing going, guys. I'll let everybody know. On Wednesday, we have Craig, our campaign manager for the show. We got approved by Kickstarter today. The campaign launches.
I'll tell you what we could do.
What's that?
So let's say this.
Yes.
So you said that the campaign starts the 22nd. You would know by the 24th what we're doing.
Oh, you mean as far as Schmoedown?
Yeah, Schmoedown.
Yeah.
When would then the match be?
Oh, that
would
have
right?
to be.
Or would it happen after you film the pilot?
Oh, it have to be after I film the pilot. There's no way I could organize a tournament when I'm trying to prep.
So I would assume the only 2 people that do your show currently maybe Smets, me, and Roka would be on there, right? You
would be invited.
All right. I say those super chats.
No. Actually, there's one more person that I would invite.
Who?
I think I'd invite Chris Carr to get a rookie.
Well, I'm just saying that I would say I could use the chat in this group with these super chats to be my study session. If you guys want to see me win.
Oh, right now to start
not now. Not now. No, not now.
In general.
I'm saying in general for that time frame.
Start quizzing you.
You want to start throwing in those questions.
That's smart.
You want to get me on my feet.
That's smart.
We could do the show. Don't tell Roka this. Don't tell Chris Carr. Don't tell Smets will know because he watches it.
Yeah.
Don't tell those guys. You guys can be my secret
good.
weapon. You guys want me to win and compete?
Yeah,
get me in there. Get me into shape.
PLD, you should seriously get on the phone though with PJ soon. Once this once this happens, like for because we'll know by day one if we're doing a 16-person tournament.
Oh Christ!
I may have started to lay groundwork already.
Oh, did you?
I may have. I may have started talking about it a little bit.
What did he say? Did he stop taking your calls?
He hung up on me.
Yeah, right.
Friday blocked me on all social media.
That makes sense. Okay, good. So good to have him on potentially on. So yeah, I mean, look, we day one is for a 16-man tournament. The one thing that there's a possibility that happens is that I'm going to be on the air all day on Tuesday. So I'm going to be, and I'll be talking about this. I'll be talking about everything in general, and we'll be kind of giving a countdown. And then the Ed Harrells of the world and Sauls and people will be in the Schmoedown chat rooms or knowing him, and I hope that PLD reaches out to the Action Army people of old and gets the old crew back and says, hey, you might not know what's going on over there, but just so you do know that this is being offered, and maybe like the old Schmoedown faithfuls come out and maybe people who aren't even following this anymore.
What's so crazy about the Schmoedown now and all of our lives that I don't talk to a lot of those people like I used to, but I'm still on social media with them. Like to see the people that are getting married now, and like I forgot her name. She ran. Megan. Remember Megan? Sanborn. Was that name second?
Wait, who's
Megan Sanborn?
Megan, who's she getting married to?
Wasn't it Sanborn though?
Megan,
like her last name?
Who was our more production person? She was.
I think she's getting married.
To who?
I know no one in the Schmoedown. I don't think that person's Schmoedown, but like she posted. I was like, "What? Like that's crazy." And Abby Friel, remember Abby Friel?
Yeah, she got married too.
I think she got married. I think she's pregnant.
Good.
I could be wrong.
Good for her.
I could be wrong.
She is. She posted on social media.
Amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
So to see these people I remember Abby. She was a kid when she first got involved, and now to see it's crazy to see these people kind of grow up and have lives, like start their
it's amazing
different lives.
It is a great question though. Like if we do hit that 16, like I mean, look, I'll tell you two people that I will offer that I already know have said no, even though I haven't. Clark and Rachel. They're going to be offered like right away. Clark's not gonna.
But you talked to Rachel about it though?
No, I talked to either one of them about it.
Oh,
I'm just saying that I can.
That's why I'm saying I don't see Sam doing it. I think
Sam will do it. Sam's
his ego.
It's not just his ego. Sam's a built competitor, and Sam couldn't stay away the first time. He stayed away for a while, but he couldn't stay away. Sam loves the competition. Sam loves to show that he's the best, and maybe it's ego, but plus the fact he's really good at it. He's got that brain for it. So
you're saying there could be a world where I could go up against Sam and I could stick him with an IG category
100%
and watch him.
Yeah, I don't think it would be fair to have. I don't think it would be fair to have IG competitors in it if you don't do that. And I know that you fought on both sides of it, but your strength was IG, and it's also another reason why I'd probably ask Chandra. Because Chandra would probably do it.
Yeah,
I mean, depending on what he's doing now, I don't know. I haven't talked to Chandra in a while, but because Roka said to me.
Well, here's the thing. Let me tell you this.
Okay, go ahead.
I would at least, if I'm going to compete or be in it, I wouldn't want it to be like one of those like matches we would do where I wouldn't know shit, but I'm in it just to have fun, like a free for all or something. I would love to give the people a run for their money. I don't want to just
Well,
come in and dip out.
It's
right
not gonna
away.
be free. It's not gonna be a free for all.
Yeah.
No, I can't do free. Oh, that's actually, what's funny about that? Someone asked, because I think I'd want to go through the eras, right? And reach it. Who two of my favorite of the outside of Marisol McKee, who I've mentioned many times over, but there are I have two favorites from that era that I always wanted to see just do a.
What era is that? What era?
The more recent era, the last of it. Who has said, I just wish that I had more time with the both of them, because they were really finding their way with character. They were starting to win matches. They were the fans were responding to them, and I couldn't put them in a live event because of the freaking pandemic and all that stuff too. And I think they would have been so good at live events. Rick Radis and Brother Lomas, I would 100% make offers to them. I love those guys. I love those guys, and just to see Rick Radis at a live showing, walking through, and I feel like he would do it. But anyway, there's going to be a lot of different offers made. Like, here's the other thing: Ben won't do it. Like if I like Ben's all tied up in his new career, and he's been crushing it. He's doing he's doing so good with Magic the Gathering, and he's like a big deal in that inside of it too. And he wouldn't. Ben was another guy that just was all in and put everything in. He just wouldn't have the time to do it. Now, being on the desk or being there when we did it, that's probably doable in the same way that Andrew Guy, and either one of those guys competing though is probably not going to happen. But anyway, we'll find out on September 22nd what we're looking at. Once again, that's going to be on 22nd. We're going to be launching this, and on tomorrow we'll have Craig Goldberg on the show tomorrow to talk more about it.
Oh, my ass already hurts.
You think it's going to happen?
Probably.
You think so? Day one?
Probably.
You think day one's going to happen?
I think you have such loyal fans that, and also the Schmoedown people once they find out. Yeah.
We'll see. We got to spread that word out there, and we'll see. So we'll find out really soon. All right, let's keep going through the comments here. Let's see if we can get going, and we'll start with this one. Noah Lawson, following yesterday on the Mara Jade question, remember that Lucas's divorce led him to making Temple of Doom about such dark subject matter. He confirmed this in an interview. I didn't shit on your comment yesterday. No, Naroka did. I think there's certainly a possibility. There's certainly a possibility. I mean, the question yesterday, Mike, was essentially, was one of the reasons that Lucas didn't like Mara Jade was because it was a relationship that Luke had, and he was going through some shit, and he didn't want to, have to think about that. And that's, it's all speculation, but it's not. I don't think it's crazy to think about it.
Yeah.
Noah also follows up and says, Mr. Cookie, I'd love to hear you sing as Gambit to the tune of Wipeout by the Safaris with the original lyrics. Do it for Penny. I mean, that is a request right there.
Wait, sing as Gambit to the tune of Wipeout by the Surfies with the original lyrics.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
Like the Wipeout, that song, or isn't that the Beach Boys?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No,
but
is it? I don't know. It's not Beach Boys.
Only Wipeout song I know is the Beach Boys, I think.
No, I don't know which one. We have to find. People do have to do some research on it if we can do it.
That is.
Speaking of Noah Lawson, I heard you watch Howard the Duck. It's terrible, but a huge guilty pleasure. I bet the topless duck in the bathtub ruffled your feathers. What was George Lucas thinking? So I had seen this movie.
God, I saw it in the theaters.
I saw it so long. I believe that I might have too, but I was so young when I saw it in the theater. And I remember as a kid going, "Oh, it's amazing, duck tits." But when I hadn't seen it, it's probably since then. And so I watched it with what's up?
I just can picture you like, oh, fucking duck tits. He's like, talk about ruffling someone's feathers.
at eight probably. But I saw it and I watched it with Greg Alba, and not seeing it there. A lot of it came back to me, but there was a lot that I was like, oh my God. And it's terrible, but it's fun to watch, but it's terrible. And
they got that old pedophile Jeffrey Jones in there.
Yeah, he's in there.
That poor guy. Not
Rooney.
poor guy, but jeez, that guy. Fucking hell.
Noah.
Yikes.
Did you hear Leah Thompson wanted to pitch a new Howard the Duck movie to Kevin Feige a few years ago? He's in Guardians with Seth Green voicing him. He is definitely in. But he's also in. Is it Guardians or I thought it was also.
He's in Endgame.
He's in Endgame, right?
Pops up in Endgame.
Yeah. I said in my reaction that I would, and nothing against Seth Green. I like Seth Green a lot. I would prefer them to go back to the puppet and have him show up.
I think.
Like that.
Well, I'll say this. First of all, and I see it in the chat, and I didn't mean poor guy for Jeffrey Jones like that. It just, I meant the career, and I'm sorry, but I saw how it come out. As I said it, I heard how it came off, and I'm like,
you've done that before.
Fuck.
Poor guy.
Fuck. No, there was a period with Marvel and the MCU where a puppeted version of Howard the Duck, kind of bringing that character back, would have hit and crushed. That just goes to show you the MCU at its height. If they hadn't gone through the 20 throw a TV series at the wall and stick, if they would have just done a one-off Howard the Duck, bringing him back from the original 80s, it would have fucking crushed. Had Gunn do it, I guarantee it would have crushed. And then,
oh, where'd you go? What happened?
I muted myself.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Okay. Let's see. Next one. Space Cowboys Chris. I think one of the best ways to fix Brave and the Bold is to have it focus on Batman and Dick Grayson as Robin or Nightwing instead of Damian, because he's arguably the most popular and likable Robin. I mean, yeah. Plus, the fact that outside of Chris, what's his name? Yeah. We haven't really gotten a Robin.
But here's the thing, man. That's what I'm saying. Like you were saying, oh, this is not the way to go. Ooh. They absolutely need to have a Robin and Batman and Robin movie. It needs to be the two of them, a traditional Robin, not the Chris O'Donnell kind of big brother, little brother, Batman Robin dynamic. Like that needs to happen. And that's the way they need to go with it.
All right. Hey, POD, when's our stream again? Is it tomorrow or Thursday?
Thursday
at 2:30. Okay, Thursday at 2:30 is our member live stream. I will tell you this, by the way, we released the Lanterns thing today. We're gonna with me and Sam. We're gonna release Mandalorian tomorrow. Thursday is going to be Toy Story 5. Her and I. PLD, make sure for the patrons and the members on. Did you watch it?
I have not. Yes, yes.
So how funny is it?
I was about to text you and say this beginning, and then you said on there like keep it for the patrons. I went, okay, let's do it.
So the beginning,
so good.
The beginning of Toy Story 5, the reaction is not family friendly for the edited version of it, but. Yeah, but we cut. We were going to have an edited version that will be. But if you want to get some laughs, I highly recommend, if you're a member, watching it, and if you're not a member, you should join just for that. In general,
I made sure my headphones were in. Let's put it that way.
We kept going. All right, let's see. CC Black, Endgame Encore trailer just released. How different is it? Is it pretty different? Is it worth it now? Peel, you watch it? It's not different?
I skimmed it. It doesn't look like there's anything. It actually doesn't even announce anything except for a special look at Doomsday. Like I didn't even see anything new at all. So I don't know. All
right, good to know. Arago, 45 tall. Pre-sale tickets for Doomsday and Dune 3 is crazy. Had to resort to 1 a.m. and 2:30 a.m. shows for both. And first available with decent seats was a week out after opening night. Yeah, they're both going to do pretty well. I don't know if the billion is in play, as Roka says, but nothing will surprise me after this year. Arago, do you think Tom Holland got back-end points for Spider-Man? Oh, yeah. Especially with how much money. Oh, yeah. For this one, that was part of the deal. And he got a producer credit and everything. Oh, yeah. Do you think so, Mike? He did, right? Come on. This is the fourth time today. Unmute yourself. Come on.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He's not stupid.
Okay. Michael D., congrats on the approval. Let's have him go. I'm telling you, it was an absolute great text to wake up to. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, let's get to the next one. Okay. Have you guys been watching Tires on Netflix? Season 3 came out and it's really funny. No, I'll tell you, but I am going to start watching it because he definitely is one of the inspirations behind some of the stuff that's going on with my with my show, right? It's because the difference he was able to put like podcast money and stuff that he had to get season 1 made, which, God bless him, he was able to do that and make it work. But apparently from the evolution of the show, I hear that 3 is pretty good. So I'm gonna watch all of them. Fake Scott Summers. Okay. Hey, Kristian, just finished your video with Greg Alba. Great discussion. Agree with the take that TV will never be an event like the movies. I feel this applies to DC as well. It certainly could be. And I'll tell you, the thing is, though, that I changed my tune when it came to Star Wars, because I thought Star Wars with TV, I thought they were going to do shows like the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, like shows like Andor. I thought that was going to be the consistency of what we got. And I said, that could be the future of Star Wars if you're going to really develop on the rich lore. But then they just kind of dropped the ball on it. And so I think TV is the best way to get it special again. But Mike, do you feel opposite? Or you've always been in the movies camp?
Yeah, I mean, movies are it's a different beast. It's a communal experience.
Yeah.
It's the big screen and I mean, here's the thing. I use Lanterns as an example. Would I want to see Lanterns on the big screen? What they're doing wouldn't really matter.
Right.
It's built for weekly. Like I love the weekly release drop. I love seeing the people throughout the week. Like, oh man, counting down the days till Sunday. Oh, one more day till Sunday. And then lanterns. Like I love feeling that build and that anticipation.
That's why
that you don't get with the movie theater.
And the binge model needs to go away. Space Cowboys Chris,
100%.
if the show stays consistent, I think the writing team of Landers should work on Batman Brave and the Bold. I think that should be something that they consider, right? Like I think that sometimes, and I get it, loyalty and aspect of it, you got to kind of try to shift things and say, look, it's not working out. Here's Supergirl, which we tried to make work and it didn't. And she's doing Wonder Woman, I think, too, right? So you can throw a curveball and get a new writer. If it's like, well, maybe she wasn't experienced as we thought she was. And then the opposite. Hey, look at people really responded in this Lantern thing. Let's bring them on to do Batman now. They got a good take on it. I think that they should be able. That's pivoting.
I don't want that. And the reason I say this is anyone will tell you, a writer, a songwriter, a director, you need to write the project you want to see. Like I'll guarantee Lindelof came in there like, this is the Lantern story I want to tell. I'm not trying to tell a story that's going to appeal to millions of people. I'm going to tell the story I want. And hopefully everyone will be on board with this and love what I'm doing. I want someone that comes in with a Batman take or what they're doing that like, this is the story I have to tell. I want to tell this.
Right.
Like if you've got someone doing Lanterns and like, hey, come write Batman. It's like, we'll take a shot at it. That's when you get shit. Because they don't have, but do we know who's writing Batman?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do we know who's the writer?
No, I don't.
I know Anna Nagora is Wonder Woman.
No, I'm not sure.
But I don't even know if they know it's like this is the official writer. Maybe Christina Hendricks, is that?
I
thought that was a name tossed around there. I don't know. But I'm just saying my 2 cents.
Okay.
According to Google, Christina Hodson, who did Bumblebee, Birds of Prey, and The Flash.
Yeah, Hendricks is the actress from Mad Men.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Lord Monk. Mark Jason Ali, congrats, Harloff. Remember to email me for the launch day after my birthday too. Can I interview you to get the word out to the TFC community, please? Yes, 100%, Mark. I would be honored. That'd be great. PLD can help set that up for sure. But we should we'll put that in there. Maybe PLD, maybe if we can email Mark and just let them know as far as the launch goes. But that'd be great. Fake Scott Summers. I love the tone to Lanterns as well, but we still got to make stuff open to the younger audience. I mean, that's true.
That's true.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, when it comes to, it's a great point. Ron H. Going through some shiz, but managing. Kristian Harloff in this community always managed to give me laughs, and even in dark times. Thank you all and my stream. Good. Thank you so much. Fieldy, what are you getting? A rest on your legs? Fieldy's like stretching.
I have a back injury. I have a nice raising desk.
Still like Pilates.
You stress me out, man. You stress me out.
I know. You and my wife. Fake Scott Summers. Brave and the Bold shouldn't be goofy, but I want it to feel the most superhero Batman film rather than a crime drama. Make me believe this is a world where he can fight a guy with a freeze gun and clay monster. Again, Scott Summers,
100% agree.
Points.
100%
some
agree.
Good points, Scott Summers. Real good. I agree with that too. I just don't want garage door openings. That's all. That's the only thing. Ron H. Today's show graphic. Mike looks displeased, or rather, someone shoved something very uncomfortable into him. Mr. Cook, you okay? We have like 10 photos that we took from my old place that we keep using on those. We need.
I gave you gold. That's why
you did. John D. Dragon. Hey, Harloff, given your stream of Campia yesterday, is it possible that Paramount truly sells DC to beat the lawsuits? And thoughts if Paramount sells DC to Disney in exchange for Star Wars, like a trade? I don't think they're going to do any trades because that's the whole, that is the whole point of taking out. If you're just trading IPs, you'd have to get rid of that IP as well. But as far as I think out of all the scenarios that John had brought up yesterday, I think that is the least likely scenario. Because what Mike was saying is true. You're buying these things for the IP, and you're buying these things if you're truly wanting to make these movies, and you're going to sell off some of your biggest properties. I mean, you're starting at a loss. But the amount of money they're going to be losing by October 1st, they've got to do something. Now, I think it's going to be selling off a lot of the cable channel. I think it's going to be selling a lot off the news stuff and the TBSs and the CNNs and all that. I think they're going to have to basically say, okay, fine. we're going to make this more about the entertainment side of it, not the political news side of it. And I think that's going to, depending on how much they want it selling off, that's what they're going to have to do. But I don't think it is likely that they're going to sell DC.
So you're saying what Paramount would sell off to kind of recoup the losses?
Not recoup, in order for the sale to be approved.
Oh,
That they're having meetings that right now, basically.
But if they start selling off the news and stuff, that's the reason that a lot of
they're going to have to do one of those things.
It.
But they're not. The sale will not go through unless they do one of those things. And so that's they're going to have to figure out. That's what they were supposed to go to the table with yesterday, but then the meeting was canceled. It's a mess. CC Black spending money on these new Endgame popcorn buckets. What are the popcorn buckets? Is it Thanos' glove or something?
Like Doom's head or something.
No, this is Endgame.
Oh.
What is that?
Thanos, I don't get the popcorn bucket thing.
I know. I the only time I get them is when they're free.
I don't get it.
Like
they don't really hold any popcorn.
Yeah, they do. The Deadpool Wolverine one did.
Not a lot of popcorn.
Yeah, you're wrong.
You're fucking wrong. You're wrong.
Okay. All right. I don't even need to curse. It's
I'm going to curse.
Vaseline based big date night tonight. Any advice on how to last longer? Yeah, either use
Rougiette, Hims.
Rougiette. Use our code. Rougiette. Guilty. Get them the Rougiette code. Monica Robs. Hi, Monica. Avengers Endgame Encore tickets are on sale now. Rewatching all the X-Men and MCU movies leading up to Doomsday. Got your tickets? No, because fortunately, Monica, for as I said, for us, we're able to get to these press screenings and stuff too. I'm gonna
not me. Don't
not you.
Lump me in with you.
Well, you could have. Used to be.
I didn't do that.
With me, you would. What'd you see?
How many did I take you to?
Just one.
You took me to Mission Impossible. 2 Mission Impossibles.
Okay. I got to reach out as far as the end game goes. I'm going to probably do that after I get off the air here. But there it is. That's cool. Yeah, I mean
you look at that fucking glove. You mean to tell me to put a lot of popcorn in that fucking thing?
The glove looks.
And how are you going to eat that?
No, but the helmet you could.
Put my hand in there. You get like Martin Lawrence in fucking Bad Boys. Put my hand in there. I get this shit. Come up with this shit.
It's good. The Little Yankee. Happy Tuesday, gents. Blocked off 9:22 to 10:22 on my calendar. Thank you, Little Yankee. Hashtag trending. Can't wait for tomorrow's show for more information. Yeah, man. Tomorrow, I hope that everybody tunes in tomorrow to get more information and ask all the questions that you can. And by the way, please, what I'll do today is, after I let Mike go, for anybody, and I hadn't done this since because I wanted to make sure that we had more information. And now we do. For anybody, if you have questions that don't have to be super chats, I'll just flash them up on the screen when you ask them about the show. Anything in general, the name about the show, anything else you want to know about it as we lead up to tomorrow with Craig coming on to the show. So let me know. I'll open that up as soon as we're getting to the end of these questions, and then you guys can throw some more in there. Joey Pedras, what can we do to get the word out for our show? Well, that's a great question as well. I think one of the things that I'm going to be doing, I'm putting together a list, is not only am I going to be talking to you guys about it, and you guys are well aware of it, I'll be going through all my contacts and telling people about it, sending emails, letting people know about it, knowing what we're doing. And what I would tell you is that if the story itself, not about the pilot or what it's going to, but the story about what we're doing is inspiring to anybody, right? And the idea of like trying to bypass the gatekeepers and do your own thing and making things happen. Tell your friends about it, even if they don't watch this show. Let them know what it is. Tell them, send them the campaign and say, look, check this out. This is what they're doing. This is a new way. This is the way people are making shows now. They're trying to go past, what is supposed to happen. And you get out of the mentality. Like I saw a really stupid comment on when there was a lot of positive comments on the Real Rejects video, but there was one more on, and he was like, he said something along the lines of, oh, here's a guy who's now, pushing 50 and doing this and trying to do a show and hasn't acted in a long time. And won't you just give it up because you have no spirit, guy. You have no drive. You're not on your music.
I'm on. What kind of fucking asshole? You're polite. Fuck you.
But I don't get offended at that guy.
Like assholes like that.
But you know what the thing is? No, because that person has no vision. That person probably just has no
but I don't get
attempt at anything in their life. And instead of trying to do, they crawl into a ball and say no. That is not and a lot of people do that for different reasons. Sometimes some people just have to because they have responsibilities, they have things, and they can't because it's not. I've seen people going, oh, I saw somebody once say this. Oh, just quit your job and do it. That's not easy for people to do. To just quit their job and go after their dreams.
That's so hard.
That's hard to do. But if you have an idea and you have something that you want to try to do, and you can try to find a way to make it, don't let anyone ever tell you that you shouldn't try. Because it's the same thing with people, because you and I, Mike, people don't realize it too. Mike and I, how Mike and I know each other. We were not from being in the fraternity. We went to theater school together. We were in theater school together. People, forget that was why I went to school. That was my major. That was why I went to school. People won't realize that. And then the performance and what I did, I did tons of characters and other things, and it's not foreign to me. I chose this as the career that I do. It's not foreign to me. I'm not like going in there out of nowhere. So, what I'm saying though is just let people know about what we're doing. And that's hopefully it catches on. King of the Wicker People, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. Dan Stevens in the guest proves he can do RoboCop. That's what I thought of too. Have either of you guys seen it? Yeah, Shazam team member
Brendan Meyer.
Brendan Meyer was in that.
I watched that. I bought it recently. That a 4K, and I bought it, and it's cool because
great.
I'm not muted, right?
No,
yeah.
no.
I watched they had a commentary that was released like 4 or 5 years ago, and then they did a new one for this new release. And I watched both the commentaries, and both of them. And Adam Wingard, the director, praised Brendan Meyer so much throughout the commentary. It's great, and Brendan Meyer is such a great guy. I want to see him again because I'd love to talk about the filming of that movie with him. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's
great movie.
Okay, let's see. Let's go to the next one. Okay, and that's Lil Yankee. Legion. Oh yeah, and by the way, so King of the Wicker People all said, how about a good reaction video for Halloween? I mean, at that point, again, I don't know how busy we're going to do. X-Men movies and Harry Potter and everything too. I don't know if I have the time for it, but it's definitely something to think about. The Lil Yankee Legion playing RoboCop, produced by the studio behind The Boys, Fallout, and Spider-Man Noir. I concur, Kristian. I want the DCU to have Lantern's balance. There you go. I think it's got a good balance, but we'll see. Starfire. My wife loved Mike in the Schmoedown. She looked at me and said, why can't I look like Mike? I replied, why can't she look like Shannon? That didn't go well. That's the best conversation I've ever heard in my life. That's great. I just screenshotted that one. That's great. That didn't go well. I didn't think that it would. I've met many people over the years. Yeah. Female viewers of the show, and they got into it because of their boyfriends or husbands or whatnot. I love that.
Oh man, it made me. It was great. It was a Comic-Con. I was at the EW party, and two very attractive women come up to me, introduce themselves, and they said, "Oh I got into the Schmoedown. I got into Schmoedown from my boyfriend, and I look like the coolest guy in the world to my friends because they're like, what the fuck was that?
What was that? Right? I was like, yeah, right. Look, I'll never forget when the Schmoedown was like in its height, from like in the golden era, from like 3 to 6, right? Yeah. I think Sam was the champ at one of them. Sam said, he texted me immediately. He goes, dude, I was in New York City and I was walking on the street, and not only was I was continuously stopped. He goes, I was walking by and these two cops go, it's the champ. These two cops on the street. And I was like, that's amazing. But great. Also with Sam, he is a very distinct looking individual. He has got a he's got a look. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's see. Next one. Armada. Would Mance come back into the ring? Would I? I'll tell you what. You want to throw on slices? Bring them. Movie release dates. Bring those, and I'll take you down, buddy. I'll take you down. I know. I don't know if Mance would come back. If there was something where it was like Mance and Roca 3 to do it, that almost went down. That almost happened at I think on the last Spectacular. I almost got that. I don't know what happened, but that almost happened. I don't have time for this. I'm on Access Hollywood. Not anymore. He's not. But no. Oh, PJ was. I guess PJ was watching the show. Because PJ just sent me the till you're 90. Yeah, that's great.
We had our conversation. This is actually how our conversation went.
I need your help. I can't tell you what it is. You can never ask me about it later, and we're gonna hurt some people. Whose car are we gonna take?
It's good. You just make sure now when this gets demonetized because of that clip, you better learn how to edit YouTube finally. All right, let's see. Next one. Seattle KL, Mr. Cook needs some motivation for Schmoedown. Someone challenge him to a duel and slap him with a glove. I guarantee you that if we do backstage vignettes, I'm gonna have someone call him Mr. Cook and he's gonna stop it real quick. He's like, let me stop you right there. The Lil Yankee.
Try and slap me off fucking knock the shit out of someone nowadays.
Those Endgame Encore tickets are disappearing fast for opening weekend. Off to work. Be safe and well. I'm telling you, man. There was a question there too. You know, if the movie makes over like 200 million, which is very unlikely.
Which movie?
Endgame.
Endgame rematch?
Yeah, the re-release.
So do you think the re-release? People think it's gonna make $2 billion?
No. 200 million. Right? If it makes 200 million worldwide, if it makes 200 million worldwide, it will make $3 billion total.
Because it's got it goes to the budget of the original, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
That is unlikely. However, if it makes 140 or something, I think was the number, something like that. If it makes like between 130 and 140, it'll surpass Avatar and become the most profitable movie of all time, which I think is.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you think happens in a world where, because I do not agree that it should be counted to its total. Like you're adding to a movie. Like what's going to change people or studios going, you know what, let's re-release that movie because let's put some more money in that one. And we're going to just add another scene to it. And
because
you know money runs everything. So
it is, but you're also never going to get the hype behind certain movies, and certain movies you have to spend the money.
Hey, remember Brand New Day? Brand New Day again.
Well, they'll probably do that.
Added scenes of the Punisher.
Because you're taking money from marketing as well to market it. You got to still make sure that the cost is worth the market. So not every movie can do that.
You got to make sure the juice is worth the squeeze.
Yeah, it's true. The Little Yankee. We did that one. Nathan Drake. Buying WB without DC would like taking over the Dodgers, but they give a ton to another team first. Wouldn't make sense. I don't disagree with you. I'm just telling you it was one of the options that was thrown out there. And I said on John's show yesterday, I said out of the two of those, it would make, if you had to, well, you'd probably get rid of Harry Potter as opposed to DC, because Harry Potter, you can do 3, 4, 5 seasons or whatever, or however, it's, I guess 8 seasons considering the books, right? And then maybe you get one more movie out of it if you can do it when the kids are older. You know, you could do that. But then after that, unless you can start doing spin-off and everything like you tried to, that didn't work with Fantastic Beasts, but you got the games and other things. There's less that you can do than what you can do with DC. Because if you can finally get DC moving and really start pushing it into the way people are going to get excited about, you know, you're going to have a longer shelf life. Yeah. Armada. Kristian, would you want a Nolan gangster movie? Tomorrow. That would be if there was like an option. I know it's like the Star Trek movie or something was out there, or Bond or whatever too. It's like I would much rather see him do a gangster movie. 100%. Bacon Buyer. Mike's right. Fans said Lanterns looked too grounded, but it's great. Grodd can be too. Gunn's DC deserves benefit of the doubt. Only real miss is Supergirl. Well, I mean, he's only had. I mean, because
I agree with you. His only miss is Supergirl.
Oh, he's only had. I mean, well, first, there's 2 things that I agree with. The first is that it is too soon. The benefit of the doubt is absolutely give it time. This is only the 3rd thing. You don't really count. I mean, Creature Commandos. I know you don't. And Peacemaker.
I don't really count Peacemaker.
It's like, that was already going to happen.
I count Superman, Supergirl, Lanterns.
Yeah, right.
That's what we've got so far.
So he's only out of 3 things, he's 2 for 3, which would say that's pretty good.
I mean, and I don't, definitely not Peacemaker. Creature Commandos, I'm kind of.
It is, but I mean, who watched
it? It is. I know what you're saying. But again,
people?
I like that they, hey, we can put this out here. If it doesn't, we don't need to make money on it. It's there for the people who want stuff. So I like those kind of things. But also, I wouldn't want to see a Flash animated series, you know, like Creature Commandos, I think that's a perfect idea for an animated series that,
Yeah. Nathan Drake, thoughts on He-Man's great streaming numbers? Not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all. I mean, no, that is Amazon. It should have been a streaming movie to start.
No, hold on now. Did you hear this, Harloff? Because someone told me this, and I'd heard this a couple of different sources.
Go ahead.
Masters of the Universe was never originally going to be theatrical. Then they did the test screenings, and it went through the roof. And they're like, "Oh shit, well, let's just put it out there," because it was going to be like Voltron, where Voltron was always streaming.
Well, that's what I had heard about Voltron. I never heard about He-Man. He-Man was always theatrical.
I don't know,
What
but
I heard. I didn't hear that.
It is killing it in streaming.
Yeah,
which is great.
Which it should have been streaming from the get, and then there would have been no talk about it failed. It did this. It would have been a massive.
Right. Yeah.
It would have been a streaming movie, and it would have been made for streaming. And they they spend that money and do like a one-off in the way that I think they should do for Star Wars. They should do it. They should do it instead of doing these. Hey, we're going to do season 1 of the Acolyte and make 8 episodes, 10 episodes. Do one like special movie. That's it.
Yeah.
John DX Dragon. Jimmy Olsen show is weird, and despite however good Lanterns is as a show by itself, it's dumb to have a grounded take on the lore, but also give us a flying dog with lasers and Superman. I feel like Gunn must go for DC to soar. I see what you're saying. I feel like Gunn must go in order for DC to soar. Well, again, like the previous guy just said, right? 2 for 3 right now. Now, I don't disagree with you, John. I said that earlier in the show. Mike disagreed with me and you. I think that the tones, I don't think Superman feels like Lanterns exist at the same time. However, they're going to bring in, what's his face? Nathan Fillion, Guy Gardner. They're going to bring him in. Maybe they make that feel a little bit more like it all connects and it feels like he belongs there. I want to see how his performance is in this show as opposed to his performance in Superman. Is it the same? If it is the same, does it work? Is it different? And if it is different and it shifts more towards Lanterns, which one do we like better?
Okay, so here's the thing. Look at it this way. People loved Bernthal's Punisher. They love him in that role.
Daredevil showed up. He's different in Brand New Day, for sure.
And Brand New Day, he's doing, and people fucking loved that. So it's like, it works. And again, I didn't really, for me watching the Punisher, I'm like, okay, a little different than in how we've seen him, but it was the same reason I liked Daredevil and She-Hulk. He was different than he is on his own show. I think that's, like, you made a good point. Guy Gardner showing up is going to have to, that's going to be a really good test to see how that character, because he was probably he was a standout in Superman that people really liked, but he was also kind of out there.
He's a
bigger
goofball
character.
He's a goof. And he worked. Let's see. He worked in that movie. He worked in that tone.
Yeah.
Does he work? And he worked for the scene that he was in. I did see that episode, Peacemaker season 2. Because that's a goofy tone as well. But this is not a goofy tone.
I know. I think we'll see.
John DX Dragon. I also think it's unfair that some people who don't like Gunn or his ideas are belittled or looked down upon for not following a trend. Modern fans need to understand it's okay to dislike an approach. That's the internet, my friend. That's the internet. I agree with you. I think that what it is, John, like even if there's certain things that maybe me and you don't agree with on the DC side of things, that I feel like from hearing your past comments and everything, if you and I were sitting across having a beer and saying, listen, I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I'm like, no, hear me out. This is why. It's an actual conversation between humans. The problem with the internet is you don't see people as humans. They type and they say things, they insult, they do this, they make their point, they go, if you like it, and they pick a side and they think they're on a team. And it's like, you're watching a movie. What's the crusade? I don't understand the crusade on either side of it. I don't understand the crusade. Like what's going to really be accomplished? That's what I'm curious about. Nathan Drake, what's up with almost no marketing for Dog Stars? I'll tell you that's true. So it's a Ridley Scott movie, which is crazy to say, like, that no marketing. I forgot. I was invited to a screening of this, and Roxy last night texted me and says that well, should I tell this again?
Yeah, tell it.
I guess I should. I told the story to Roca yesterday about how Alonso Duralde continuously forgets Roxy.
Roxy,
all the time, and I had mentioned that and he felt terrible about it, like absolutely terrible about it when I talked to him. He's the greatest person in the world. I love Alonso, but he forgets people sometimes. And then he goes, I will not forget her next time. Yesterday she walked up to him, was like, hey, Alonso, He had no idea who I was.
Are you fucking kidding
I
me?
swear to God.
And it's not like Roxy is.
He said hi. He said hi back. He just didn't know
It's
who she
not
was.
like Roxy is like
Forgettable. No.
a distinct person.
No.
she has a very distinct look about her when she walks and when she
100%,
comes up to you. Like it's not like
No, and he's not doing it, and he's not, and he just doesn't remember. But he said hi. He said hello. He's really. But anyway, the point was they were at Dog Stars, and I said I never got my invite for Dog Stars. I'm like, what happened? And I go, I gotta write the rep. I got invited. I completely just completely spaced on it, and also just didn't have it in my radar as much as I wanted one of those movies that I had to go and check out. But no, there is not a lot of marketing for that one at all. All right, Skywalker Sean. I think grounding Batman is hurting his character to the point people don't know he's almost Cap without the serum. A lot of his stories get left on the table because they ground him. Now, I'll tell you what, as Mike is the Batman scholar, I am not going to disagree with this comment. I'm going to tell you that I respond better to the grounded version because that's really the Batman I kind of know, is the grounded versions. That's the ones I've really responded to. But I'm very aware that his lore doesn't call for that, and there's a lot more stuff that goes on. But I would assume that you highly agree with this comment.
I do. Yeah. I mean, I get what he's saying about Cap without the serum, but I just think there's a more fantastical side of Batman, and that doesn't mean, I just yeah.
What was that last thing you said?
Yeah, I'm not
No,
muted, right?
Wait, say that one more. Say that one more time.
What part do you want me to say again?
The yeah part.
Yeah.
He's not the best color man in the league for nothing, folks.
Yeah.
I could talk 2 hours on Batman and what I want to see in a movie. So
Can we get Mike as a Tuscan Raider singing Creed? Can you even do that? That's something you do? It sounded like you caught your balls in a bear trap. Go, pal. I just watched Howard the Duck recently when I got the 4K. That's crazy. I thought you bought the 4K. I thought I saw it back in the day, but I had no memory of the story. No, you probably blocked it out. Gregory Dopp, true. Kudos to the return of the Guild. Cheers for Brett. Is it back? Is it officially back?
it's the Guild.
That's a show that back in the day that Felicia, what's her last name?
Day?
Yes. Felicia Day did with, is it back?
Yeah, they just won some kind of Kickstarter or something, I believe. And
Oh,
it's
great.
Officially
How much did they raise? Tell me how much they raised.
I'll
I'm curious.
find out.
Please find out. That's great. Maddie B. Mike has to keep muting his setup because he always has AI women playing in the background.
Always.
Penny said she had nothing. I didn't talk to you about this. When I talked to her, she said she did not have anything on her Twitter promoting AI sluts.
Okay. It's not her. Anyway.
Armada 8 white. Look at that. That's the most amazing picture I've ever seen. That is so good. What is she thinking right now? And how come I'm not there? I need a haircut. Men's entrance as Star Trek barbershop quartet. Can you imagine me having him walk out with Penny cutting his hair? Michael D. Popcorn bucket of MODOK will sell by bucket loads. Maybe. What's up, PLD? What do you got?
It made $6.8 million.
That's how much they raised?
The original goal was $1.5 million, funded
Holy
in under
shit.
3 hours.
They did it in 3 hours? 6 point?
No, the original goal was $1.5 million, which was funded
Wow.
in 3 hours. It concluded with $6.8 million and officially became the highest funded narrative movie project in Kickstarter history.
Good for them.
Passing Veronica Mars. Which
Good for them. That's incredible. Guys, look at that. That's inspiration for the chat. Want to raise 1.2 or 1.3 and raise $6 million? Mike, you might play if we have those kind of if we get that kind of luck, you'll be playing the Schmoedown before you know it. Holy shit. Good for them. That's incredible. That good for them. Good for Brett. That's awesome. I love what a phenomenal story that is. I'm gonna start using them as an example too. Space Cowboys Chris. After seeing Spider-Man, I'd love to see Destin direct a Hulk project. Also, Ruffalo made some very good points on why Ellisons can't be trusted. Well, I don't hear any of that stuff. I didn't hear. There's again the political side of it. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I just want to see. I agree with Mike. I just don't. I think monopoly wise, I don't know how great of a thing it is, but I think that I think it's gonna happen. I think they're gonna have to concede a lot of stuff, but I do think it's gonna happen. As far as Destin taking over our Hulk project, I don't think they're ever gonna do that because of I think Universal still owns the solo Hulk
I think
rights.
it's kind of like a Spider-Man situation.
But I would like to see it for sure. Yeah. Wiley. What's up, Wiley? What is it, man? Yo, Kristian, I'm gonna pledge at least 200 to GoFundMe. So you can count on that. Excited. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be Kickstarter. So, but I know what you're saying, Wiley. And for that tier, Riley, if that, first of all, that's very generous, and I can't thank you enough. If that is, we're gonna, for that tier, we have some really special stuff planned at that level. So that would be great. You're gonna be excited. Thank you, Riley. Wiley. Armada. Brian Holtzman on the desk for Schmoedown. First of all, look at that PLD picture. That's like him as George R. R. Martin. That is incredible. So yesterday Roka and I talked to it. Come on, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
No, listen. Oh, let me stand up with my bad back and show my cock to the camera. You want to see my dragon? Brian Holtzman on the desk for Schmoedown. I mean, no, not for the Schmoedown. We for like a special like event to where you like kick him out after like 10 minutes. He just wouldn't. It's pure chaos. I would love to take Mike to see Brian Holtzman though. Mike would love Brian Holtzman. Love him. Pooch Shoot Riot. Could you reach out to Mr. Cook and Zaflursenflaus for a match? Winner gets penny. They both one's married and one is pretty much married, so I don't think that would work out. She's not a prize. Ron H. I want to look like Mike. I can be Filipino Mike. There you go, Ron H. Fast Eddie. Is this the week Smets is back? Also, KO, big fan of yours. You think we have that same? Do you think you'd have that same great MTS title run in 2021 had Smets not been out with cancer? Well, that's a good question.
Here we go. You're
smacking people up, but he wasn't there. This is like the old fighters that have. You were beating everybody. But he wasn't.
Because you got to understand, knowledge gets you so far, but when you get the hype behind you and you get a role, it's intimidating to go against people like that you know are, and it builds your. There was a period where I was unbeatable. Like I just had the
sauce.
The sauce. It was there.
Yeah. And
that's why I'm saying after
I'll answer that question.
Fucking hard as
I'll answer that question. That if Smets at that run at that time, Mike was on fire. Now Smets could beat anybody on any given day, but let's not forget in their first match, Mike beat Smets.
Anything could happen.
And anything can happen for sure. I mean, it was going to go different. I just think that the role and the lights, for whatever reason, their second match got to Mike. I don't know what happened, but
did Smets ever play Parker?
Yeah, he lost. He played him twice. He lost the title to Parker. He lost the title to Parker after because didn't Smets beat you for the title? He did, right?
He beat me for the title. But like I'm just saying, like someone like Parker, like who can like he had a run that was just banger.
You beat Parker.
But then Chance came in and Chance got him.
Right.
Remember that?
100%.
There was in no world.
No one had
anyone.
That was
even me with my partner. I was like, I felt great with him, just training him.
Yeah.
But I remember I was working and Shannon calls me crying.
Chance beat you and him. Chance beat you and him.
I know.
No. But I'm not saying it to you like, oh, he also beat you. I'm just saying Chance had such a crazy. Like that goes back to that point.
So I'm saying
who knows if Chance would have beaten Smets at that point?
Right.
It's crazy.
It's just you never knew.
Yeah.
You never knew.
No. But the reason why you also bring up that kind of the sauce is because Chance during that tournament had the sauce because afterwards he played he was like Jeremy Lin. I don't know, you won't get this reference, but Jeremy Lin was a player for the Knicks, was off the bench and just became like lights out for like for a big stretch of games, and then he just never really after season that one this season just never really did it after that. He went to Houston, but that was Chance in the IG. Like he had that run, you're like, oh, this guy's gonna be like the next big guy, and then after that, he just never had a run in IG.
Because he also split focus. He did. He went for the.
he was
Won it all.
devastated when he lost the title against lost when he went for his title shot against Marisol and lost in New York.
know.
He was devastated. Ron H. For the Finstock, my lord should return. I would most likely, I could get him to come back. I mean, you'd have to have the characters around for sure. Go Pal. Girl Next Door was a better movie than it had any business being. It probably comes from somewhere else, but Juice Squeeze reminds me of that movie. Girl Next Door, was that Liza Cuthbert?
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
good
it
movie.
was a
Her
good
and Emile Hirsch.
Emile Hirsch and Timothy Oliphant.
Oh, that's right. Totally. Skywalker Sean, 10 Jewels hiding. All right. Griffin Shaw Media. What's up, Griffin? MTS back. Kickstarter time. P.S. We miss Smets. Oh, and the answer to the question, this is not the week Smets is back. Smets is coming back in either the first or second week of September. But he is going to be back. He's going to be back full time. He's been texting me about it. He's coming back. So don't worry about that. And I can't wait to hear his take on this too. We haven't talked about him either. Okay. Yeah, Smets. We all miss Smets. And then Go Pal. And sticking with the Oliphant train, Go is coming out. That's a great movie too. On 4K in late September, also starring Oscar winner Sarah Polley. I love the movie. It was good. Kate what's her face? The one who was married to
Kate Holmes.
Thank you. King of the Wicker People. 10 Jewels hiding. Thank you. Cap is a member for 16 months. Look at that. We got a lot of great members, man. And Cap being one of those. Thank you. Nathan Drake. Mr. Sam Jones.
Play the clip.
No, we don't have it anymore.
What happened?
You have to make space. King of the Wicker People. Here's an easy Schmoedown question, Mike. What's my name from?
Oh, I know. It's come on, Batman, 89.
Oh yeah, King of the Wicker.
Look at this guy. He must be King of the Wicker People.
Yep. Johnny Patriza. What do you want to see in a Batman movie, Mike? Says Johnny Patriza.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Good question. First of all, I want to see a true Batcave. Like I want 3 or 4 Batmobiles. I want to see an armory. I want to see a giant penny and a giant robot dinosaur.
Penny.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to see a traditional blue and gray bat suit.
Okay.
Like not the Flash version that they kind of did. Like a true blue. And I'd love to see a younger Robin with him and an older, like the father-son dynamic.
It's a good idea. Again, so we're going down these questions. We have a few more left. Mike's got 72 so far. You can throw in as many as you want. You'll stick around until you're done with them. But I'm going to get to the place now. If you guys want to ask questions in just a second about the pilot, it doesn't have to be super chat. I will highlight them. Anything that you want to ask as we're getting closer to it again. For people who don't know or joined in early, we officially have a launch date. We were approved by Kickstarter. It begins on September 22nd, which is trending, and it's going to happen, and we're excited for it. So let's get going. Let's keep going. All right, Joey, Coyote vs. Acme comes out this week, and I feel like buzz has totally died on it. Is this movie going to crash? Yeah, it's not going to do very well. It's not going to do very well.
And that's the fucking problem, because everyone that was like, how dare they cancel this? You all better be at those theaters buying those tickets to show that. Like,
it's not going to do well. And
then why did we save it? Then why was it saved?
Look, it could do well on HBO Max. It could do well on HBO Max because apparently it's really good. But I had this conversation and I asked, because when you see this was you and I grew up watching. I mean, people in the 50s and the 60s grew up watching them, right? We grew up watching them. Today's kids don't have them. They don't watch them.
And maybe it was the right decision to cancel it.
It might have been. But I don't think it's going to do very well.
The problem
is, but it might do well on streaming. Who knows?
The problem is, you need to ask yourself, why was it greenlit in the first place then if you didn't think it was going to do well? Like, why did it go through production?
Sure. Nathan Drake. That AI ad happens right before.
Oh, no.
What?
I'm looking in the chat.
What?
Dolly Parton passed away.
Oh, no.
Oh,
really?
And yeah, I'm seeing everyone in the chat.
Oh, man. Yeah, she wasn't doing very well. But
she wasn't?
Yeah,
she was doing well?
No, she wasn't doing well. She's 80 years old. Wow. Yeah. I had heard that she was kind of not. That's super sad. I love the way she carried herself. I really did.
Everything about her.
Everything about her.
She's an icon.
Man. She really is. She's an icon. Anytime, just whether it was certain things the way she carried herself during filming or how she treated her fans, she was absolutely. I mean, that's the most appropriate word, Mike. She absolutely the definition of an icon.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about her tomorrow, but man, that's super sad. 80 is it's not young, but it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not old. You know,
I guess I never saw her in bad shape.
I had read that it had been rumors that she's kind of struggling. And then we transitioned into this. The AI ad happens right before certain vids. It's true. T. Powell became a member. Thank you, T. Powell. Glad to have you again. Tomorrow is Wednesday. The day after that is Thursday. And we're going to be doing our live stream that we do. I hope all of our new members will be there. Now, here's how it works with the new members or members in general. Now, anybody has access to that exclusive live stream on Thursday at 2:30 Eastern time. The $5 level and up can come in and ask a video question and be part of it. I hope this new member comes in and asks that video question. Look at this, Mike. PJ Campbell became a YouTube member. You mentioned his name. He's like Joe Hendrick. You mention his name and he appears. I haven't heard of PJ since I don't pay him anymore. And he left me. He left me hanging. I don't talk to him. Nothing. I say that there's potential that we're going to bring Schmoedown back, and he appears. Kidding. I love PJ. PJ is the best. PJ's back. Excited to have PJ as a member. Hopefully he'll start we'll see his mug around here too. And then I think PJ's probably twitching because I'm very curious if he thinks that it's going to happen. Like so PLD, if you had your option, I know the good friend in you is going to say day one, but in the writer's aspect, if you had to, do one of these options, a 16-man tournament, an 8-man tournament, a live event, or just any Schmoedown that we decide is appropriate after we hit it, because there is also a world. I will tell you this too. There is also a world that, let's say maybe let's say something happens, and on day 5, we even hearing the guild stuff, we far surpass our goal. A 16-person tournament is not out of the question. It's a matter of just when you go numbers wise, it's like it's got to make sense monetarily. That's why.
I would say, as a friend to you, I want to see it first day. From a pure writing room perspective, live event would be the best thing because there's only 2 matches, and it's everybody here and everybody having fun.
So say that again, PLD, because I got a text right in the middle of it.
Okay. I said, from a friend perspective
Yes.
to you, first day, 16-man tournament. I'm all on board. I'd love to do it with PJ too. We would have a blast doing it. Yeah. From a writer's room perspective, the live event would probably be best because it's only 2 matches.
2 matches.
We get drunk at the bar together.
Sure.
It's all good.
Sure. Yeah. Look, and who's to say, again, depending, how I get, Mike, if it was day 1 and we hit a 16-person tournament, who's to say the finals of that tournament couldn't be a live event? Look at Mike. He's like, here he is thinking about it again. You were so happy when I wasn't thinking about Schmoedown anymore. All right, let's see. Jared, who do you think the benefactor is on Lanterns that William Macon was? I still think it's the wife. I think it's going to be predictable. I think it's the wife.
He's saying who's the benefactor's like paying for what he's all the.
Well, I think the benefactor is the Manhunter.
Okay.
He has a sign and he is about the alien technology. I think the Manhunter is the benefactor, and I think it's the wife. I think that's why he let that's why he's letting.
It seems too much like a red. It seems like too on the nose.
But he didn't give a crap. The fact that the guy's smashing his wife. I mean, come on.
I'm just saying, man.
All right, Space Cowboys, Chris. Sam should react to Star Wars Holiday Special. Just kidding. No way. No way. Armada, new poster with Endgame Encore has Loki on it. Oh, really? You got to send that over. You got to see that. What is this? Space Jesus. Can you talk about the WWE ESPN news? What's the news, PLD? Do you know? PL, you look that up. Let us know. What's the news? WWE ESPN. Did they split? Did they part ways? I don't know. PLD will let us know. The great Derek Johnson is back. 10 membership. That's huge.
Jay.
Thank you, Derek. Yeah, Derek, again, I told you, I'm back now, DJ, so I'm going to be, the last week was just crazy for me, but I know that you sent PLD your email. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to make sure that I do that today to email you. And I just let you know, I let everybody else know, we're pumped one last time. It's going to happen. Finally. September. And we're excited. I hope you guys are excited too. All right, we're going to keep going here, and then we're going to take your questions about the show, should you have them. Thanks again, DJ, for those memberships. Matt Krugman, have either of you seen the animated Death of Superman, Reign of the Superman from 2018, 2019? Could be good reactions leading to Man of Tomorrow.
I did watch it. I did like it.
I
liked it. Yeah.
I don't know if I could do that. PJ texted me and said a live event, free for all. That's
Fuck off. No, I'm not doing a free for
that's
all.
a lot. That's a lot of organizing.
I'm not doing a free for all.
Yeah.
Those things sucked.
Yeah.
They were fun because you got to hang out with everyone, but
Right. Yeah.
you'd come in for one round and then be gone. Like, it's not fun.
It's true. Ron H. Paul Dano was in Girl Next Door. Elisha Cuthbert is
true.
Canadian and may have actually spent time in Montreal. MTL is the place. Come visit. Yeah, we do want to go for sure. Eclipse, does it bother you at all that Kickstarter comes in the same week as Avengers Endgame? Huge competition for our money. Well, not necessarily for me, because look, here's the thing. That opening weekend is going to be the big thing for them, right? Mine's for 30 days. You guys are known for my project for a bit. Hopefully you want to support it and see it get made. So it's if I got to compete with them, I got to compete with them. But I don't think in the long run it's going to be an issue. Keltrick Pickens, I don't understand why people say Lantern should be the only tone that DCU has. When I read Batman and then I read Teen Titans, those books have two very distinct tones. Why shouldn't the films?
This guy gets it. You get it, man.
But I understand your point, Mike, about how, and I understood actually the point before about how kids also need to have something too. But this one, to me, I don't think this is necessarily.
Well, here's the thing, man.
Well, hold on, because Teen Titans doesn't tie into the Batman thing that you're reading, like where these movies clearly Lanterns and Superman does tie into each other. So it's one thing to read Teen Titans and then read a darker Batman movie, but they're not, the stories aren't connecting, so who cares?
But those characters interact in the same world. Like,
sure,
here's
but
the thing, man, and we you can hate on it all people want. And again, I was at the forefront of the support for it. The Snyderverse had a very distinct tone, and everything that was going to come in was going to be in that tone. And I loved it at the time. A lot of people didn't. So I think we need. Yeah, I want a universe where people are going to be like, you know what, Lanterns wasn't really for me. Too serious. I want more Superman stuff. And hey, that's great, man. But you can pick and choose what you want. And I think that's the joy of going to a comic book store on a Wednesday, is seeing you can see Batman in 2 or 3 different comics, and they all 3 could have different tones, but it's still Batman.
Right.
I think. Yeah.
All right. Let's.
Sense.
So I got 3 super chats left here. So start throwing in those questions about. Yeah. Go ahead, Phil.
ESPN News. Basically, there was a report that ESPN wanted out of the deal. But then they have since denied that report. So.
Well, yeah, that's interesting. Well, I hope that they get out of the deal. Not for because I think that was one of the worst things that happened to WWE. I would love to see how many people stopped watching those pay-per-views after or whatever, the PLEs after that happened, because of the whole thing and what they did. And honestly, I even have the upgraded one now, and I still don't watch them anymore. All right. So like I said, there's 3 more super chats currently. Actually, there's 4. So start putting in your questions, anything, not super chats, any questions that you have, and I'll highlight them about the show, and I'll answer what I can for sure. So please do that. And Derek Johnson does ask him about the show. He says, when do I get to see those price ranges for the Kickstarter? 22nd is 3 days from my birthday, so I'll be donating for sure. I cannot thank you enough for that, DJ. But I think let's ask that question tomorrow. Hopefully you'll be around, Derek, tomorrow with Craig when he's on the show. I know he's going to present a lot and have a lot of information for tomorrow with the campaign itself. And I already know that he started to build the things out. So I think that he'll have some answers as far as when you can see all of them. But it's good questions to ask for sure tomorrow, and I'll make sure that I ask it as well. That's a good song. Good song. Armada, did you see the LAG movie trailer? As soon as this show is over, I'll be watching it. I love LAG. Armada, 8Y2. Kristian, would you let Winston and Chris do fast reactions? If they ever do the new one, then if the newest one is ever actually really announced, then maybe leading up to it. It's the Doc. KO beat Smets on a fluke. Oh man. Smets beat KO the knockout, and then Smets beat KO for the title again. In what world does Smets not affect Mikey's 2021 run? This is like the who. So like
That's like an okay, but then I love how you didn't put in Mike beat Smets in a Batman exhibition match where he didn't even come close to beating me.
no, he kicked
so
the
it's
piss
like
out of him. Yeah,
kick the piss out of him, and I wasn't
Yeah.
even taking that seriously. So it's just like you can
Right.
say what you want if you're a fan of Smets, and there are fans of his, and my fans will defend me.
it's true.
And like a fluke, don't tell Peter it's not a fluke. It's like
he
just
goofed.
like my Flash Gordon was
Yeah.
not a fluke. Yeah, I
No.
lost,
yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
the
no.
game. Like
I mean, and it's funny because Smets knows I feel this way too. I put you as the number 1, and I put him as the number 2.
because there's so many different things involved. It's
You
so
had a lot of
much.
big games. You had a lot of big, and you had a lot of
And
big
also,
live
here's the
event
thing,
games and
and
everything too.
you
had a
know
lot of
my,
big
my
games.
my love of everyone involved, but I was competing in 3
You were at the same time.
leagues at the time.
Yeah.
Same time,
And he was
So-
one.
And it was
Yeah, no, I'm look, as much as I break your chops on almost everything else in life, that is not one of them. And I give you the number 1 spot, I give him the 2 spot, and then I give Rachel the number 3 in IG.
Yeah, but he's he could have wiped my ass again.
Wiped your ass? I hope he didn't wipe your ass.
wipe my ass with the floor. What's the saying?
I hope he doesn't wipe your ass. There's hiding from Mitch Mack. Side note,
Hire a Kickstarter detail for that. Hire one for that.
I know, right? If we hit it in half a day, Mike will let Kevin Smets wipe his ass. Side note, I'll be donating. I missed the MTS. Look at that. People, I mean, like maybe people are going to start doing it. People are going to start doing it. Hiding. Lord Mung, different tones as part of a shared comic universe. Fair enough. What is Roka's face position with Bad's dad? You got to ask him, Ron.
Wait, what does that mean?
Remember when the guy Battery said something and Roka said he was going to bang his dad?
Oh God Almighty!
Yeah. All right.
Fuck
Let's
your
see.
dad.
Okay, so Mike, if you would like, you can bail if you want to, because you're done with your questions and you've got 84 so far. I'm going to take as many questions that come in regarding the pilot. If there are any.
Do those go towards mine total?
Well, these are just highlighted ones.
Oh,
Like, but
I see what you're saying.
You know, you see what I'm saying? These are just right. And then if other ones do come in, like, then yes, of course they would. So I'm just trying to see.
How
if
long are
there's
you going to be on for here?
Depends. If people are actually asking questions.
It's my phone.
But I haven't seen them yet. So if people have any questions about it, I'll give it like a couple minutes here, and then if not, then that's it. Let's see. 10. We get Ayoshi Mitsu, 10 joules floating heart. Thank you. Also says happy poop. Perfect. I wipe my own ass. Big Daddy 19. That's true. And then it's the Doc. Are we forgetting that dude came back from cancer to win? No respect from Smash.
Oh, here we go again.
I put him at
here
the
we
2
fucking go again.
I put him at the 2 spot. I put him at the
I'll say this, and Smets is probably watching and listening to this. If Smets comes into this and does the tournament, there is no cancer talk. It's off the table. None. The man he is beat it. He's healthy. We love him, but he's not using that to make me look like shit. He's not using that to make me look like shit.
You only put Smets at number 2 because he's wiping his ass.
Because he's wiping his ass in the number 2. It's the Doc. Anyway, I love Mike and Smets and Rachel. Good top 3. Yeah. And 30 Jewel Flower. All right. Well, look, like I said, we got a lot going on tomorrow. So if you don't have any questions today about it, I mean, like I said, I use you guys as a I use you guys as a sounding board. So if you do have anything, please let me know because I want to talk about this now. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
No, I'm just saying, my comment I just made, they don't know. Like Smets and I would joke backstage about it. He's like, well, of course I got to bring it up. I was like, what? And I would imitate him and me, and it was pretty fun. But yeah, so there's a good humor there about that. I bust balls.
Yeah, understood. Okay. So that's it then for now, Mike. I'll let you go because I guess we're going to get all of our questions for tomorrow in general about it. But thank you guys for being here as always. Thanks to Mike. Again, it's 92 questions. Pretty good. Mike could do it today. Could beat Roka.
That's pretty damn good.
It's pretty good. Look, you got the bubble.
I like that. Look at this.
Look at that. It's pretty good. So thanks again. Appreciate you. Make sure, first of all, thank you to Jonathan. Thank you to PLD. Thank you to Luke. Thanks to Sam and MK for doing the time codes. Thank you to you guys for being here and everything that you have done in general. As I mentioned in the beginning of the show and throughout the entire show, September 22nd is when the show is finally getting the Kickstarter, and we are excited. We're really pumped. We should have more information tomorrow as our Kickstarter campaign manager, Craig, will be on the show tomorrow to discuss it as well as movie topics and other things as well. But I've been saying we just had 233,000 subscribers. 13,000 people put in $25. Show is made. Do that in day one. And we got ourselves a Schmoedown 16-person tournament. So that's going to be pretty exciting to see all the Schmoedown fans kind of seeing if it can happen. So we'll see. No poster. There you go. See, we got our first one. Perfect. And Ramjan Delvini probably said everything wrong with that, but I appreciate it. And do we have a poster ready for trending? No poster yet, because that's just the logo. We do have shirts ready. The shirt design is ready. I don't know if maybe we'll debut those tomorrow, but we do have that. So, and I think that's the same question here. But we do have that. And let's say Aoshi says, I shall be posting flying for the Kickstarter at my movie theater. That's okay. Flyers, please. Any way that you guys want to, like I said, this is our show, right? I've been saying this, our show. And so treat it like that. How would you promote your show? Because it's yours. How would you promote it? Post it in movie theaters? Do it. Absolutely. Please. And thank you. All right, let's see it. Mike, I'm getting more. If you want to stick around, Mike, I'm getting more questions now. So,
yeah, I can hang out for a little bit.
It's up to you. You stick around for as long as you want. So, Spoontastic, would you have Escape Pod guys on the Schmoedown? I'm not familiar with them. I'm not familiar with them. I don't know who they are. But what I would say is, anybody newer would go from the newer generation, and then I'd probably, any rookie, probably Chris Carr is my rookie for sure. Okay. Let's say PLD clearing out the cobwebs and checking for the fuses in the bar, making sure it's fully stocked. That's right. So PLD and Pat and PJ he's been writing questions. He's not rusty. He's been writing for bar trivia, so he can take some of those things for sure. Ron, we don't want to lose people. I dropped my pants and yell trending in public. Don't do that. Okay, I guess that's it. Perfect. Thank you guys so much. And I appreciate you. We'll be back here tomorrow. Please join us tomorrow. Very important show. Pumped. And thank you for everything. You guys rule. We're going to do this. We're going to all do it together. All right. We'll see you on the flip side. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Did you shit in there?